How hungry are you? How hungry are you? How hungry are you for the prophetic word of God over your life to come to pass?
We must have a mindset change.
Nobody says, what a beautiful foundation. But people say, what a beautiful structure.
This is my season of awe and wonder.
If you want to continue living business as usual, that is fine. But there's coming a separation between those who pay the price and those who will not pay the price.
The one I want to talk about, the trend here, rise of the on-demand economy.
L'augmentation de la demande économique.
I didn't know that you'd have a word for French on it. But what is happening today? Like I said earlier,
Qu'est-ce qui est arrivé aujourd'hui, comme je disais aujourd'hui?
nobody wants to wait.
Personne ne va attendre.
Yes? Everybody wants convenient, correct?
Tout le monde veut être
Everybody
convenant.
wants things at speed today.
Tout le monde veut que les choses arrivent très vite.
So that's where the advantage is.
Là où l'avantage est.
Whatever skill you have,
Peu importe la compétence que tu as.
nowadays there are platforms where skill meets demand.
Non, aujourd'hui, il y a des endroits où les compétences rencontrent la demande.
The best way for me to explain this
La meilleure manière d'exprimer cela,
is Uber.
c'est Uber.
When you need a ride,
Quand tu as besoin d'un transport,
so you will request
tu vas faire
on
une
the
demande
platform
dans la plateforme
and the vehicle comes.
et la voiture vient.
That is the on-demand transport, right?
Et c'est la demande en
The
transport.
on-demand transport service.
C'est la demande
That's
en
what Uber
transport.
is.
C'est ce que Uber est.
Now, what is the development in the world today
Le développement dans le monde aujourd'hui
is that most skills were going to go on-demand skills.
et les demandes, la plupart des travails vont partir en demande.
It's already happening for technology,
Ça arrive déjà à la
Jobs.
technologie de travail.
where there are
Où?
sites where
Il y a des sites où
jobs
les travails,
matched with people who
les
can do the
travails
job.
sont en lien avec les gens
you
qui
come
peuvent le
across that?
faire.
Not
Il y a
yet.
un lien entre
Hey,
le
you need to
travail et
learn
la
those
demande.
So what is going to happen in future,
Ce qui va arriver dans le futur,
as jobs decrease,
et le travail est en train de
there'll be more platforms where there will be, let me give you an example. I'm a HR person.
Je suis une personne des ressources humaines.
There'll be a site, let's say, for HR people,
Il y aura un site pour les travails les gens qui sont dans le domaine
work that needs to be done, HR work,
les travaux qui doivent être faits dans ce domaine des ressources
will
humaines.
be matched with, the demand will be matched with supply.
Les demandes vont se faire
getting the
avec
point?
l'offre.
So the skills matching the demands that are out there. So let's say it becomes like a marketplace
Ce sera
online.
comme un marché d'emploi où les
Where-
compétences doivent être en lien avec la demande.
A list of all the work that needs to be done. Oh, maybe there's a job in Safaricom. Short term, it's all freelance short term work.
C'est
It's not
plupart des
jobs.
travaux à court terme, c'est pas l'emploi.
Assignments to be done.
C'est juste un travail qui doit être fait.
Are put in this marketplace, online
On-
marketplace,
On met ça dans un endroit, un marché,
and we bid for the work.
et on va payer pour ça.
The people who have those skills go to that site,
Et ceux qui ont ces
bid for the
compétences,
work.
et tu vas apply pour ce travail.
Am I making sense? It's the same like Uber.
C'est la même chose comme Uber.
When you request the Uber,
Quand tu appelles pour un Uber,
it's looking for who is around, isn't it?
ça cherche celui qui est dans la
Who's here?
région,
Who is available?
celui qui est
So
disponible.
it's going to be similar.
Ça sera la même
Most
chose.
work will be like that.
La plupart des travails seront comme ça.
Yeah. On demand.
La demande.
I need my hair done by
Sur
somebody.
demande.
You put it on the site.
J'ai besoin de
Somebody
tresser mes
responds.
cheveux.
I'm coming.
J'ai besoin de me faire tresser.
Imagine
Je mets
that
ça
kind
dans
of
un
world.
site et la personne vient.
I need someone to cook for me.
J'ai besoin de quelqu'un pour préparer pour moi.
Nowadays there are people who would cook.
Et maintenant, il y a
to
personne
cook
qui
in your
prépare,
house.
qui peut venir
Isn't it?
préparer.
Imagine a world where everything is on a technology.
Toute chose sera sur la
All
technologie.
work available is on a technology.
Tout le travail disponible sera sur la technologie.
The most important thing is you must know what you're very, 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 very good at.
Tu dois comprendre ce que tu es
compete
bon
with
à
others.
pour faire la compétition
have
avec
a
les
question?
autres.
Please ask.
Tu as une question?
I got a question. You just said
J'ai une question.
you just said there's a lot of work,
Il y a
but,
beaucoup de
but not a
travail.
lot of jobs. So I would like you to tell me the difference between a self-employed and an entrepreneurship. And I would like you to advise me about a self-employee and entrepreneurship. Like, I'm so confused if I should be working for an organization or if I should create my own business, like something like that. Because actually, I'm studying for working for an organization, an enterprise, something like that. So I am about to change it. Like, I'm so confused. I don't know if you got me.
Yes, I'm getting your question. Though I'd need more information about you, but let me answer it first generally. Then maybe if you need specific guidance, I can talk to you one-to-one. Okay? So she's asking about entrepreneur. What's the difference between entrepreneur, self-employed?
Yes, la différence entre un entrepreneur et quelqu'un qui s'emploie seul.
So, a self-employed person is an entrepreneur also.
Yes, quelqu'un qui s'emploie seul, c'est un entrepreneur. C'est la même chose. Mais
there are different forms of entrepreneurs.
Il y a plusieurs formes d'entrepreneuriat.
So, you can choose to be an entrepreneur where you are self-employed. It means that it is you offering the service.
Tu peux choisir un entrepreneuriat où toi-même tu es employé, c'est-à-dire c'est toi qui offres le service.
And it at 100% depends on you.
Ça dépend à 100% de toi.
So you are the employee in the business, but you're the one who delivers the service.
Tu es l'employé dans le travail, mais c'est toi qui délivres le service.
Which is very different from being a business owner who sets up a business and can hire other people to also participate in delivering the
C'est différent de celui qui fait un business et emploie des autres personnes pour faire le service.
There are advantages and disadvantages of both.
Il y a l'avantage et les désavantages.
Because the self-employed person who is the employee,
quelqu'un qui s'emploie seul,
there's some limit to how big you can grow the business.
Il y a une limite comment tu peux augmenter le travail.
Limited? Yes, okay, there's limited liability, but it is, you see, the success of the business depends only on one person.
Le succès du travail dépend seulement.
Person. You get?
Ça dépend de toi.
Whereas if you're opening up your business to other people,
mais quand tu ouvres à plusieurs personnes.
So here is the example. Let me give you an example.
Laisse-moi vous donner un exemple.
If let's say you're a self-employed person who plaits hair, I'm just using a simple example. You plait hair. Let's do an estimate. How many heads can you do in a day?
Si tu es un seul qui tresse, si tu es un self-employé, un employé seul qui tresse.
Who plaits hair here?
Qui tresse ici?
5 maximum.
Combien de personnes tu peux tresser par jour?
5 heads maximum.
Par jour. 3. Yeah? You say 3. Combien de personnes tu peux tresser par jour? 3.
3 only.
3. It depends on the type.
So let's say it's braids like that. 5. You can do 5 in a day.
5.
No.
Per day. No. No,
yeah,
3.
It depends. Okay, let's just take
3.
3. Okay, let's use 3.
Yes.
So 3, okay, let's say, what's the average charge for that head?
Quelle est la charge moyenne?
1,000. So in a day, you can only make 1,000 times 3. 3,000 shillings.
Par jour, tu peux faire seulement 3,000 Kenyan shillings par jour.
Yes. Now,
maintenant,
if you hired people,
si tu emploies des gens
to do it,
pour faire pour toi,
yeah, you can see where I'm going.
Et tu vois là où je vais.
Increases,
tu vas augmenter,
yeah, the likely chances of you getting more, right?
De la chance pour que tu puisses avoir plusieurs.
So if you hired somebody to do the same work, how much would you pay them per day?
Si tu emploies quelqu'un, combien tu vas lui donner? Si tu emploies quelqu'un pour aller tresser pour toi, combien tu vas lui donner?
Yeah, percentage of
how many percentage? Combien?
50%.
50%.
30. 40, 30%.
Like I know the Kenyans is 45%.
45%.
Oui, for the Kenyans, when you employ people, the percentage is 45%. Even those one, yeah.
Okay, 40%. So do the maths.
Yes.
Yeah? If you're self-employed and you fall sick, what happens?
Si tu es seul employé que tu tombes malade, qu'est-ce qui arrive?
Not eat. That's what
Cette journée, tu vas pas manger.
But you see, if you had other people working for you,
si tu as d'autres personnes qui travaillent pour toi,
5 people who are doing 3 heads, the same amount, 3 heads, and they're paying you 40%. Who will do the maths for us? Yeah, you're making passive income.
Yeah, tu fais les revenus passifs.
Yeah. you can increase your effectiveness when you're more people.
Tu vas augmenter ton efficacité quand tu as plus de gens.
Though that
Yeah.
same person can have the same idea to start their own thing.
Peut-être que cette personne
Isn't
aura
it?
aussi la même idée
And
de
earn a
commencer la
little
même
bit more.
chose.
But there are risks.
Mais il y a beaucoup de risques.
Is it making sense? Yeah. So I don't know whether I'm answering your question
Yes.
directly or indirectly.
Yes.
But what I'm trying to say is that self-employment has its limitation.
L'emploiement seul a beaucoup de limitations.
Yes, it is good to start off, but you should not end there.
C'est bien de commencer, mais il
You
ne faut
should
pas
be
te limiter.
multiplying yourself
Il doit te multiplier
and creating a business.
et créer une affaire.
Yeah?
Une affaire.
It becomes now more of a business than self-employment is just you yourself.
Mais l'emploi seul, tu vas juste te limiter.
It's limited.
C'est vraiment
And it
limité.
has risks.
Et ça a beaucoup de risques.
Yeah, I actually tell people, try and grow
Essayez
beyond being a self-employed person.
et grandissez au-delà d'être un
Because if
emploi
anything
seul.
happened to you,
Si
the
quelque
business
chose
is dead.
t'arrive, le travail c'est fini.
But most businesses in Africa are like that.
Et la plupart des emplois sont comme
They
ça.
have challenges even to attract capital because of that problem.
Et ils ont beaucoup de problèmes pour attirer les capitaux à cause de ces problèmes.
Most people who lend money to businesses want to know the sustainability of the business. You get the point?
Beaucoup de gens où donnent l'argent veulent connaître la
Can the
durabilité
business
de l'affaire.
outlive you.
Peut-être que le business doit durer.
Because if I put money in your business
Si je mets l'argent dans ton affaire,
and something happened to you tomorrow,
Et
God
quelque
forbid,
chose-
we are
si
believers.
quelque chose t'arrive demain,
But you know what I'm saying. Even
Vous
let's just
comprenez?
say simple, you want to go on maternity leave.
et maintenant tu veux partir en congé
You
maternité,
can't. You
qui
know,
va travailler pour toi?
the business is dead after that.
Et l'affaire est morte après ça.
So it's easier to be a partner. So I give this example. Is
C'est
it
bien
better to
d'avoir des
be a
partenaires.
self-employed person in a business worth 1 million or to be a partner in a business that is worth 5 million?
C'est plus mieux d'avoir un partenariat avec un travail qui est 1 million ou bien 5 millions.
You get the point? Which one can leverage its growth faster? One, yeah. It's the second one, right? So in Africa, we need to learn to work together.
En Afrique, on doit apprendre à travailler ensemble.
That the limitations with getting finance in business is that one.
C'est la limite pourquoi on n'a pas de finances dans nos travails,
Most
dans nos affaires.
entrepreneurs cannot attract capital because of that problem.
Pour beaucoup d'entrepreneurs ne peuvent pas attirer des capitaux à cause de ce problème.
Because the business revolves on one,
Parce que
Personne.
l'affaire est seulement sur une personne.
and most investors will see it as a big risk.
Beaucoup d'investisseurs vont voir ça comme
put
un
their
risque
money.
pour mettre leur argent.
So that's why they prefer company limited with a little bit more diverse shareholding.
C'est pourquoi ils aiment des compagnies limitées avec des actions avec plusieurs personnes.
But having said that, there's no problem starting off working for other people.
Il n'y a pas de problème commencer pour travailler pour d'autres personnes.
It is always nice to start off in employment if you can,
C'est toujours bien de commencer à travailler pour d'autres personnes.
because you also learn things that you might not learn alone.
Peut-être que tu vas apprendre des choses que tu ne peux pas
So I
apprendre
actually
seul.
tell people, even if you're doing an internship, it's better than nothing.
Même si tu fais de quoi?
Even
Des
if you're
stages,
volunteering, it is better than nothing.
c'est mieux que rien.
In that process, you'll be learning something.
Dans ces procédures, tu vas apprendre quelque
You get
chose.
it? You might even be the casual, like she's saying here. But you get exposure by being there,
Mais tu auras l'exposition en restant
which
là-bas.
money can never buy.
C'est que l'argent ne peut pas acheter.
Money can never buy experiences.
L'argent ne peut jamais acheter
You get the point?
l'expérience.
So at your age, guys, I keep saying, when you're starting off in your career, you don't know anything.
Quand tu commences à ta carrière, tu ne connais
You're at a
rien.
learning stage.
Tu es en train d'apprendre
So take every opportunity that comes into your hands.
et prends toutes les opportunités qui viennent dans tes mains.
In fact, sometimes when in the company I work for, sometimes we get into, they say, in fact, you need to pay me because I'm teaching you. Anyway, that's always on a light note. Because, you see, the world pays for skills.
Le monde paie pour les compétences.
Most Africans want to be paid because of their needs.
Beaucoup d'Africains veulent être payés à propos de leurs besoins.
Oh, niko na watoto, sijui.
J'ai
No.
des enfants, tout ça.
Don't bring me that story.
Ne m'amène pas toutes ces histoires.
I don't pay you because you na watoto.
Je ne te paye pas parce que tu as des enfants.
I pay you because there's some value I need from you.
Je te paye parce qu'il y a certaines valeurs que j'ai
In
besoin
the
de
job
toi.
I'm giving you, isn't it?
Si ce sont des bonnes valeurs, je te paye.
In Africa, we want to use that, huruma,
En Afrique, on veut toujours avoir la pitié.
niko na watoto,
J'ai des
sijui I'm an
enfants.
orphan. No.
Je suis un
Don't
orphelin.
go to a job interview and tell people I'm an orphan. Please, they don't want to know.
Ne partez pas dans une
The question
interview.
is, are you the best person for the job?
Es-tu la meilleure personne pour le travail?
You know, I work in HR, so I'm telling you the truth.
Je travaille pour les ressources
Because
humaines.
of
Je te dis
things
les
I
personnes.
see at workplace.
Et à cause des choses que je vois dans les places de travail.
Don't bring your needs to me. No, I'm not
N'amenez pas vos
interested.
besoins à moi.
You do the job so well that it meets your needs.
Amen.
Sindio?
Je veux bien faire
Become
le
so good
travail.
at your field.
Deviens très bon dans ton travail.
I will tell you my own personal story is one where I have grown from nothing.
Je veux vous dire mon
And
témoignage personnel.
the key to thriving in the workplace today, which is a big part of even my presentation,
La clé pour,
is about being open to learning.
c'est à propos d'être ouvert à apprendre.
Even sometimes when you get jobs that are irrelevant to what you even like to do.
Et même si tu prends un travail qui est relevant par rapport à ce que tu veux faire.
If that is the bad you have today, you use it
Et si c'est ce que tu as,
to
tu dois
get you to
utiliser
where
ça.
you want to go.
Tu dois
If you're
prendre ça
not
pour
diligent, even
partir.
the Bible we read tells us if you're not diligent with little,
Si tu n'es pas,
don't expect much.
si tu ne sais pas gérer les petites choses, qui va te donner les grandes choses?
You must be faithful with little
Tu dois être fidèle aux petites choses
before it multiplies.
avant d'être multiplié.
So when you're starting, because you don't have skills,
Parce que
most
tu
of
n'as
the
pas de
time,
compétences.
you must start, you just go and learn anything. You know my first job, let me tell you. I
Mon
was
premier
employed
travail.
in a restaurant.
J'étais employé dans un restaurant.
I was being paid 800 shillings
J'étais payé 800 Kenya shillings
per month,
Per
not
mois.
per day. Msiniangalia ati ilikuwa per month, per day.
Per
It
mois.
was per month.
par mois.
From that 800 I had to pay my transport. It was wiped out.
Pour cet argent, je devais payer mon transport et
But
tout
you
partait.
see, the job is giving me an opportunity to learn some skills.
Le job me donnait l'opportunité d'apprendre
Because
certaines
I was put in
compétences.
front there to be a serving person. I was serving, pay, and be the cashier.
Et j'ai servi les gens et j'étais aussi le comptable.
So you start learning some skills.
Tu apprends quelques compétences.
You get the point? So it might look little, but look at the bigger value.
Et ça peut être petit, mais regarde à la grande
Long-term
valeur.
value. Skills.
À la
is
valeur
what
à long terme.
employers pay for skills.
Les employés paient pour les compétences.
When you go into an interview, ask you, what do you know how to do?
Qu'est-ce que tu connais, comment le faire?
What value can you add for me?
Quelle est la valeur que tu peux ajouter pour
You get
moi?
the point? So whatever your hands finds to do, the Bible tells us, do it with all your heart. Because from there, that's how promotion comes. I have digressed. Where were we? Hata unaona, this is slide number 5. Hata tujafika. But are you enjoying?
Yes, yes.
I'm liking this conversation because this is my area of passion. So I was trying to explain to you some things about jobs
J'étais en train de vous expliquer quelque chose à propos du travail.
so that you understand where things began to where we are now and why you get reactions you get from parents and your relatives
Et là où les choses ont
that don't make
commencé,
sense to you because that's not the world you know. Because like I said, in the 50s, the 60s,
dans les années 50 et 60,
people made one decision once.
et les gens prenaient une seule décision une seule fois.
The career decision was made once.
La décision de la carrière était faite une seule fois.
And most of the time, it was made at the time when you're choosing your university study.
Et la plupart des fois, c'était quand tu devais choisir ta carrière universitaire.
From there, it was everything happened by default.
Et toutes les choses vont arriver par défaut.
Like what I was explaining about my father.
Et ce que je vous expliquais à propos de mon père.
He chose to study engineering,
Il a choisi d'être ingénieur.
and from there, the university even came, took him.
Et l'université l'a pris.
The workplace came and took him,
La compagnie l'a pris.
and he joined the company.
Et il a été engagé.
He worked there for almost 40 years.
Il a travaillé là-bas pour 40 ans.
He never moved. So the career choice was made once
Le choix de la carrière a été fait une seule fois.
and never revisited.
Et n'a jamais changé.
That was their world.
Et c'était leur monde.
There were not many people.
Ils n'étaient pas nombreux.
The people who were qualified were few.
Les gens qualifiés
So
étaient
it
peu.
made sense, isn't it? So that's why I'm saying,
C'est pourquoi je dis,
in that time, 50s, 60s, early 70s,
dans les temps 50, 60 et 70,
career choice was a once-in-a-lifetime event.
le choix de carrière, c'était une seule fois, un événement qui arrive une seule fois.
Career paths were stable and predictable.
Les choix de carrière étaient stables et prédictables.
And the career was permanent.
Et les carrières étaient permanentes.
It was like going in a train. If you enter a train,
Et c'est quand tu entres dans un train,
you can't get off.
tu ne peux pas
until
descendre.
the station.
Tu ne peux pas descendre dans
the
un...
destination. When I was young, we used to go by train to Mombasa.
Quand j'étais enfant, on partait en train à Mombasa.
We get into the train here in Nairobi, Kenya Railway here,
On entre Kenya ici, Kenya Railway,
until Mombasa.
jusqu'à Mombasa.
Huwezi toka.
Tu ne vas pas descendre.
Sindio? So that is how careers were.
Et c'était comme ça que la carrière était.
Let's look at what happened next.
Et ce qui est arrivé après.
When we get into the 70s and 80s,
Dans les 70 et 80,
the economies were changing.
l'économie commençait à changer.
Like we said earlier,
Et comme on a dit avant,
there are other sectors that started to come in.
il y a d'autres secteurs qui ont commencé avant.
Manufacturing started to
Les
grow.
secteurs manufacturiers,
Services started to grow.
les secteurs services,
Away from the primary sectors I talked about.
et très loin du secteur primaire dont j'ai parlé.
Because before that,
Puisqu'avant cela,
agriculture was the mainstay for most countries,
l'agriculture c'était le service principal
especially in Africa.
pour tous
But
les pays,
even in
spécialement en
Europe.
Afrique, même en Europe.
Yeah? So everything supported agriculture before that.
Et toutes les choses supportaient l'agriculture.
But as we're getting into the 80s, more fields started coming.
Et quand nous entrons dans les années 80,
And
beaucoup de
people's
domaines.
career paths started to change.
Et les domaines ont commencé à changer de carrière.
There started to be small changes where people could transfer careers or
Et
change.
il y avait un petit changement où les gens pouvaient faire un transfert de carrière.
So here we're saying the career was like riding a bus
Et là, on sait la carrière, c'était comme conduire un bus.
or a matatu.
Ora matatu.
Because you can get off the matatu. Kama umechoka na hii matatu naweza ingia ingine, si ndio?
Tu peux descendre du bus.
Their music is too loud, inasumbua, mi natoka nangojea ingine, si ndio? So that's what happened.
Et ce qui est arrivé.
But people didn't make drastic changes in their career though.
Ils ne mettaient pas des changements drastiques dans leur
They
carrière.
could move to different sectors,
Ils pouvaient changer seulement de secteur
but still keep the core of their career choice.
et garder le même corps de la même carrière.
So you could stay as an engineer, but now move to maybe another sector as an
Tu peux
engineer.
rester ingénieur, mais tu changes juste de secteur.
Because the
d'ingénierie.
economies were growing.
Parce que l'économie est en train de grandir.
More companies were coming in.
Plusieurs compagnies étaient en train de venir.
Yeah? But then now when we entered towards the 90s,
Quand on est entré dans les années 90,
now things changed completely.
les choses ont
Completely.
complètement changé.
What do you think changed the world in the 90s?
Qu'est-ce que tu penses a changé les choses dans les années 90?
Technology.
La
The
technologie.
internet came and shifted the entire landscape.
Et l'Internet est venu à changer toutes choses.
So me, I'm a child who grew up in the 70s and 80s. The internet found us alive.
L'Internet nous a trouvés vivants.
Most of you, I think, found it, eh? Or
Et
as
vous
you
avez
are
trouvé
growing.
Internet quand vous grandissez.
So there's a joke we used to say there are those people who are born before computers.
Il y a des gens qui sont
And
nés avant
after
les ordinateurs et il y a ceux qui sont nés après les
Yeah.
ordinateurs.
I'm sure most of you are after computers.
Plusieurs sont après les
My
ordinateurs.
computer found me at the workplace in the early 90s.
Les-
And we
les-
were scared of it. We used to look at it like this.
on regardait, on
First of
avait
all-
peur des ordinateurs.
The computers were big those days, big machines. So-
Les ordinateurs, c'était des grosses machines.
And then people used to say, you know, this thing is coming to take our job.
On disait que ces choses
So we
sont
were
venues
scared
prendre
of
notre
it.
travail.
We were resisting.
On est en train de résister.
Look at, now there's a computer, it's just a phone in the pocket.
Non, maintenant on a un ordinateur qui est un
Mobile
téléphone.
computing. Anyway, now in the 90s, what vehicle do you think we're using? The 90s, 2000s. Baiskeli. Why do you say baiskeli?
Parce que if you are tired, you just...
Sindio.
Pourquoi ils utilisent des bicyclettes?
You're right. Why is it the baiskeli?
Bicycle.
What made you think it is the one? There's something fundamental about what she's saying.
You control your
Destiny. Yeah. In the last two examples here, somebody else is driving.
Yeah. Dans les autres années, c'est quelqu'un d'autre qui conduit.
But now, the world has changed so much. Who is driving?
C'est maintenant qui conduit.
The career is determined by yourself.
La carrière est déterminée par toi-même.
The first fundamental change that has happened
Le premier changement fondamental,
is that the career choice is no longer a once-in-a-lifetime choice.
et maintenant les carrières n'est pas un événement,
It's an
un seul
ongoing,
événement.
ongoing.
C'est un
Why?
processus qui continue.
Why is that? Because you must understand deeply why.
Tu dois
Ndio
comprendre.
usiseme, oh, this world
Pourquoi?
is difficult. You know, that's how
Moi-
this generation talks.
Ce
Maisha
monde est
ni ngumu.
difficile.
Mina Nairobi ni shamba la mawe. This place, these people are not retiring. These people are just sitting on jobs.
Les gens
Hawaendi
ne vont pas en
mahali.
retraite, c'est difficile.
What has changed?
Qu'est-ce qui a
Everybody talked
changé?
about it. What has shifted?
Qu'est-ce qui a shifté?
Why is it now you'll keep making career choices continuously?
Qu'est-ce qui fait que tu dois choisir
Already
ta
touched on
carrière
these things.
de manière continuelle?
Why is it now a continuous process? Because of what?
Technology and progress.
Yes?
Because of the technology, the
It's always
revolution.
changing. You wanted to say something? Yes. Did I say that there are some fields that are here today, tomorrow?
Il y a
Men-
certains domaines qui sont aujourd'hui et demain, ça ne va pas exister.
Maybe even one day they'll have a machine to make braids. I don't know.
Demain, il y aura
I know, I'm just
une
joking.
machine pour faire le pain.
But I'm just saying that's how drastic life is today.
Et maintenant, c'est comment les changements est aujourd'hui.
Today, something you do
Quelque chose que tu fais
can
aujourd'hui,
be replaced by a machine tomorrow.
demain, ça peut être remplacé par une machine.
So there are some fields that we know today
Il y a certains domaines que tu connais aujourd'hui
that will be completely gone in
Et-
5 years.
et dans 5 ans, ça sera parti complètement.
Isn't it?
N'est-ce pas?
What can you predict?
Qu'est-ce que tu peux prédire?
Which field do you think can change in an instant? Right
Quel
now?
domaine peut changer en un instant maintenant?
Eh? Medicine, yeah.
La médecine.
How do you think it can change? Yes.
Maintenant, nous avons les robots.
What else has happened? Just go down that line a bit. Yes.
A consultation, you don't need a human
True.
to
What
consult
else
you.
has happened in the last few years? These last 2 years with COVID. Yes. Mm. Yes.
You'll be-
It's completely precise.
Yeah,
But there's
precise.
something I'm looking at also here. Look at how in the world today
Regarde comment dans le monde aujourd'hui,
there's no distance
il n'y
today.
a plus de distance.
True?
Mm.
With now all these technologies of Zoom,
Maintenant, avec ces technologies,
how can that change medicine? That's where I'm going.
now you can do a doctor can be far, and someone is just...
A doctor in the US can consult
with
for
me.
me. That is the thing. I may not need to see a doctor in Kenya. And I don't need to leave Kenya to go there.
Mhm.
Are you seeing those changes?
Yes.
What other sector will be shifted by that? Can I tell you one?
Yes.
Education.
Même l'éducation.
Completely will be shifted.
Complètement.
Yeah. You're in education. You're doing a PhD, so you
yes.
know.
Yes.
What
I
has
know.
happened?
Everything has changed, you know.
Yeah.
Collecting data, all those analysis. I send my data to someone else do the analysis.
What about homeschooling and what
Yeah.
has happened there? Today, school is not a physical place.
Mm.
You can go to school
Aujourd'hui, tu peux partir à l'école
online.
en ligne.
There was a time she was going to school online 100%, this daughter of mine.
Il y a un temps, elle partait à l'école en ligne à
could have been
100%.
a teacher anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
You see that? So, when you're thinking about the field you work in right now,
Quand
or
tu
you're
penses au
going to,
domaine où tu vas travailler
or you're choosing to work for,
et tu choisis à travailler pour,
start thinking, how will technology disrupt this field?
commence à réfléchir comment la technologie va changer ça là.
But also,
Mais
what is
aussi-
the opportunity for me in that?
Quelle est l'opportunité pour moi dans ça?
Because it means that
Ça
I
veut-
can even offer services
Je
for
peux offrir
somebody
des
who
services, des services pour quelqu'un qui est très loin.
mbali sana. That is where the opportunity is for us Africans.
Et c'est là où il y a des opportunités pour nous les Africains.
But what I challenge all of us,
Et ce que je challenge,
can you be better than a Chinese in what you do?
peux-tu être mieux que les
Because
Chinois en
if
ce
you
que tu fais?
can't, they won't come looking for you.
Ils ne vont pas venir chercher pour toi.
That is where the key lies. Be very good in what you do. If
Sois
you
bien.
choose a field,
Si tu choisis un domaine,
you get 10 times better the way Daniel and his counter. Excellence. We cannot make it if we're mediocre and lazy and not as good as the international competitors.
on ne peut pas arriver si on n'est pas, si on n'est pas bon et médiocre, comme les compétiteurs internationaux.
Are you getting the point? So today, the pressure on every one of us, even including me, is can I be the best in the world at what I do?
Puis-je être le meilleur
the
dans le
best in
monde
Kenya.
pour ce que je fais
In the world.
dans le monde?
When we were doing a technology session here a few weeks ago,
Quand on faisait la section technologie ici quelques jours avant,
the lady who was here,
la dame qui était ici,
Dr. Shiko,
Dr Chico,
you can find the recording online. Eh?
tu peux trouver les records en ligne.
She told us about a software guy.
Il a parlé d'un gars qui travaille dans le software.
Because she was looking for a software guy
Il cherchait pour quelqu'un qui travaille dans le
who
software,
could do some certain specific kind of work.
qui pouvait faire un travail spécifique.
And she had to really look and search.
Il était en train de chercher.
She found this man
Il a trouvé quelqu'un,
who's working in Nakuru,
quelqu'un qui
in
travaille à
their
Nakuru,
village. In
dans un
Nakuru.
village,
Not even in Nairobi.
même pas à Nairobi.
But he was the only great guy.
Et c'était
Globally, is known for that, what he does.
c'était l'unique personne à travers le monde qui
Sitting
fait
in Nakuru, in a
assis
village.
à Nakuru dans un village.
Imagine. And what he earns
Et ce qu'il a,
is shocking. Go and watch that video.
et allez suivre
He
cette
taught us
vidéo.
a lot of things. You were there, Raphael, that day? No, you didn't make it. Go to the Hekima YouTube.
Va
Fine.
dans le truc de la chaîne Hekima.
It's in English, but you might
C'est en
find
anglais, mais tu vas comprendre.
But it was a technology session, and the things she told us.
Il y a beaucoup de
The
choses qu'il a.
number of... Do you know in this country right now,
Savez-vous, dans ce pays maintenant,
many technologies companies are setting up.
beaucoup de compagnies de technologie sont en train de venir.
Microsoft came,
Microsoft est venu.
have hired 500 engineers.
Il a engagé 500 ingénieurs.
500. Mbona huko? Wewe. Anyway, I'm joking. 500 engineers.
500 ingénieurs.
Google has set up a product hub in Kenya.
Google
Google.
s'est installé au Kenya.
They are looking for 1,000.
Ils sont en train de chercher des 1000 ingénieurs.
Yes. I told you the future is in technology.
Je vous ai dit, le futur est dans la technologie.
Anyone who comes to me struggling with their career choice,
C'est beaucoup de gens qui viennent souffrir par rapport à leur
just
carrière.
start with technology.
Commence avec la
Just
technologie.
start there. You can build on top of it anything else.
Tu peux construire quelque chose au-dessus de la technologie.
Because like I told you,
Comme je vous ai dit,
technology is going to be like a language.
la technologie sera comme un langage.
You get? So, like you who's just finished school, my dear angel.
Comme toi, Angel, qui a juste fini l'école.
6 months, learn how to code.
En 6 mois, apprends comment tu vas
That's a
codifier.
good place to start.
C'est un bon endroit où
On
commencer.
top of that, you can build whether it's HR, whatever else you want.
Et au-dessus de cela, tu peux construire n'importe quoi.
Because in future,
Parce que dans le futur,
the people will be priced.
c'est ceux qui auront le
Are
prix.
guys who already has the technology
Ceux qui
foundation.
connaissent, ceux qui ont les fondations dans la technologie.
Coding, those things. Programming.
La programmation.
Because that skill will be needed in every single field we have today.
Et cette compétence sera cherchée dans tous les
field.
domaines.
Did I not talk about Internet of Things?
Je vous ai
What
parlé
does
des
that
choses
tell
d'Internet. Qu'est-ce que ça vous dit?
Even if you're a fridge technician,
Même si tu es un
must
technicien
know
de
how-
frigo,
so you do a bit of those. You must know how that technology works.
tu dois connaître comment cette technologie
Because
fonctionne.
most of the technical things are codes.
La plupart des formations technologiques
True.
sont encodées.
So you can't run away from it.
Tu ne peux pas fuir.
If you are a mechanical engineer going
Si
to
tu es
fix
un ingénieur
cars,
mécanique,
you must know how to code.
tu dois connaître comment
Because
encoder.
the future cars are what kind of cars? Kwanza nyinyi ndio mnajua more than me. What kind of cars will they be? So they'll be like computers.
Ce sera comme des ordinateurs.
Makes sense what I'm saying? That's why and you see, the thing is, you guys live in the best of times. I
Vous
can't
vivez dans un meilleur temps.
even me, I have to go and learn how to code
Et
at
même
my
moi,
age.
si je dois apprendre comment
Because I
encoder,
understand where the world is going.
je comprends où le monde est en
Do
train
you
de
know how long
partir.
it takes to code, learn how to code? Even
Je-
in 6 months, you can be an expert.
Et même en 6 mois, tu
6.
peux être un expert.
And you can teach yourself sitting in your house.
Tu peux t'apprendre seul en étant assis à la maison.
I'll send you the list of the sites
Je veux t'envoyer les listes
where
des
you
sites.
can even do free.
Est-ce que tu peux, tu peux apprendre gratuitement?
You'll share with them.
Oui, he will share with you.
You know, the future is not in a degree per se.
Le futur, ce n'est plus dans un certificat de graduat.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have.
Je ne dis pas que c'est quelque chose de mauvais.
But today, no one, in the future, no one will ask for the paper.
Et maintenant, le futur n'est plus par rapport au papier.
They just, what can you do? Do you know it?
Qu'est-ce que tu peux faire?
Do-
Connais-tu cela?
They tell you, demonstrate for us.
On te demande de le démontrer.
Here is the job.
Et c'est ça le travail.
So, the people who had a disadvantage, because I know some of us maybe we could not do the degree.
Beaucoup de gens ont des désavantages parce qu'ils ne peuvent pas faire des
Life has
études.
equalized everything.
La vie maintenant a égalisé toutes choses.
This is the best time to live, let me tell you.
Ça, c'est le meilleur moment de vivre.
It will be up to you. You are the one to set your limits.
C'est à toi-même de mettre ta limite.
It is up to you.
Ça
The
dépend de toi.
knowledge is out there and it's free.
Les connaissances sont là, mais c'est gratuit.
You can prosper if you want. It's up to. I'm telling you. There was a guy who came here,
Il y a un gars qui était venu ici,
that technology session,
dans cette session
and
technologique.
he spoke to Dr. Shiko while I was there.
Il a parlé au docteur Chico quand
He
j'étais là.
says, just go and do XY course. In 6 months, when you're finished, call me.
Il a dit seulement du XY cours et quand tu as fini, appelle-moi.
The job will be there.
Et le travail sera là.
Who is the limit?
Où est la limitation?
Myself. It is you.
C'est toi la limite.
Back to this one.
Et
So, I've gone off. I'm so passionate about this thing. So, I said, we were talking about the rapid change,
les changements rapides et accélérés.
which means that you cannot predict what it will be.
Tu ne peux
Tomorrow.
pas prédire ce qui va venir.
Even me, my HR, I don't know what it will be tomorrow.
Je ne sais pas
Because
qu'est-ce qui va arriver demain.
many of the work that we used to do in HR
La plupart des travaux qu'on
has
faisait en
been
ressources
also taken
humaines.
by robots.
Maintenant, les robots vont faire le travail des ressources humaines.
The career destination is not known at the start of the trip.
La destination de la carrière n'est pas connue au commencement.
That must sink into you. Because I know many of us want formulas.
Beaucoup de
This
gens
plus
veulent la
that
formule.
is going to end me there. It's not like that
Ce
anymore.
n'est plus comme ça maintenant.
Because the way all the fields are changing.
Parce que tous les domaines sont en train de changer.
So it means what? You must continuously be up to date.
Tu dois continuer à être update, être mise à jour.
your field, be ahead of what is happening.
Et
Even
sois en
if it's just
avance par
making
rapport à
hair.
ce qui est en train d'arriver.
Even if it's just making hair.
Même si c'est seulement tressé,
You must know
tu dois connaître
what are the new technologies in hair. Sindio?
quelle est la nouvelle technologie qui sera en demande.
I'm just using a simple example.
Je donne seulement un exemple simple.
Because nowadays even hair has become a field.
Et
by
même
itself.
les cheveux, les
And
tresser
there
les
are new
cheveux, c'est un
technologies even
domaine.
for hair.
Et il y a une nouvelle technologie pour les cheveux.
We used to think technology was for big things like, big corporate office. It's
On
in
croyait
everything.
que la technologie c'était seulement pour des grandes compagnies, mais non.
Even a mechanic today
Et même les mécaniciens
will have
aujourd'hui,
to learn their technologies in their mechanics. Because the
on doit
cars
apprendre
coming
la
out,
technologie.
the cars coming out today
Les voitures qui viennent
are more
maintenant,
complex, even their engine.
c'est maintenant
Because
plus
they're all
complexe.
technology driven.
À cause du moteur, maintenant il y a
I've seen
beaucoup
them,
trop de
they just
technologie.
connect something, then they can tell, it is this, it is this, it is
Maintenant
this.
ils peuvent
No.
juste connecter quelque chose et connaître la panne.
But before they had to remove things. Then
Avant, ils doivent enlever le moteur
machine tells
pour
you-
connaître où il se trouve la panne.
a machine tells you what's wrong
Maintenant,
with
la
the car.
machine peut te dire où se trouve le problème.
Yeah? Am I making sense?
Yes.
Tuko pamoja?
Yes.
Is it helping you?
Yes.
A lot. Wow. Okay, what time is it? It's almost 5. Okay. So, what are some of the trends?
Quelles sont les tendances?
Let me tell you, people are living longer. True?
Maintenant, les gens livrent.
People will live longer. So,
Maintenant-
you will be in the workplace even with your grandfather. We're all
seras-
working.
Tu seras même en train de travailler avec ton grand-père.
Kibaki was how old? The late Kibaki?
Kibaki was
90.
91,
Yeah.
91.
Do you know he was working before he died?
Il est en train de travailler avant de mourir.
Until they die.
Qu'est-ce qu'il est en train de faire?
They run businesses, eh?
Il est en train de faire les affaires.
So first of all, get the issue of retirement out of your head, because
Enlève l'idée de ta retraite dans ta tête.
it's about skills.
Maintenant, c'est à propos des
What can you
compétences.
do?
Qu'est-ce que tu peux offrir?
That is what has shifted again.
C'est ce qui a changé
The way the
maintenant.
world works.
Maintenant, comment le monde fonctionne.
People like my father,
Quelqu'un comme mon père,
when they started working,
quand ils ont commencé à
they knew
travailler,
that by 60 they have to stop.
ils savaient qu'à 60, ils doivent stopper
But
à 60 ans.
nowadays,
Mais maintenant,
because like I told you, there are no jobs.
maintenant parce qu'il n'y a pas de travail,
People work until they can stop
et
themselves.
les gens travaillent jusqu'à ce qu'ils peuvent stopper eux-mêmes.
There is no job security.
Il n'y a pas de sécurité dans le travail.
Actually,
Il n'y a pas-
for most jobs nowadays, the
La plus-
average length of time someone serves is 2 years.
Et maintenant, le temps moyen pour servir dans un travail, dans un job, c'est 2 années.
That number is mostly in the US,
C'est plupart du temps aux États-Unis.
but it's coming quickly to Africa. I
Ça
think some
vient
people
très
have already
rapidement en
experienced
Afrique.
it. Where after
Où?
2 years you're told the company has changed. Oh,
Après
I don't know
2
what has
ans, on va
happened.
dire que la compagnie
People are
a
being
changé.
retrenched, even when they have not even reached 30 years.
Before
Have you had
30
people
ans.
being retrenched at a young age?
Les gens être virés à
Maybe not
l'âge,
so
non.
much, but it's happening.
Mais ça arrive.
Small companies are competing with the big players.
Les petites
Small
compagnies sont en
companies.
train de faire la compétition aux
Nowadays,
grands.
people don't care if it's small or big, as long as you can deliver the
Des services.
service.
Maintenant, les gens n'ont plus peur. Si c'est une petite, une grande compagnie,
That's
aussi
why-
longtemps que tu peux servir.
Yeah, that's why I say this is the best time to be alive.
Et maintenant, c'est le meilleur temps d'être en vie.
Nobody cares your age.
Personne
They
ne
just
tient
ask, can
compte
you
de
do
ton
this?
âge.
Show us. They don't care whether you come from a big company, small company, startup, self-employed.
Personne ne se
Just
soucie
can you
d'où
do
tu
the
viens.
job?
Seulement si tu peux faire le travail.
That's why it favors all of us, because it's an equal playing field.
C'est pourquoi ça favorise tout le monde, parce que c'est un milieu égal.
Point number 4 is about globalization. I think I've talked about this. You must
Je-
become the best at what you do.
Tu dois
and
devenir
compete with the Chinese.
Tu dois être le meilleur dans ce que tu fais et faire la compétition même aux Chinois.
Because Kenyans are buying also from Chinese.
Maintenant, on est en train d'acheter tout.
Congolese
On
are
prend
buying
des-
from Chinese.
on
Are they
achète aux
not?
Chinois.
So is your product as good or better than the Chinese's product?
Est-ce que ton produit est meilleur que
That's
ceux des
where the
Chinois?
challenge is. If you're the IT engineer, are you as good or better than a guy who's sitting in the US?
Es-tu meilleur que celui qui est assis aux États-Unis?
That's the thing. Because the jobs are there.
Parce que le travail est là.
We were told by Dr. Shiko that in Ukraine,
On a été dit par Dr. Chico en Ukraine,
because of that war,
à cause de cette guerre,
a lot of the work came to Kenya.
beaucoup de travail sont venus au Kenya.
They started looking for engineers in Kenya.
On a commencé à chercher un ingénieur au Kenya.
Actually, nowadays, they don't care where you are.
Maintenant, on ne tient pas compte où tu es.
Most of the online jobs, remote jobs, it does not matter your geographic
Location.
location. You can get a software engineer job sitting in Kenya, serving a company in the US.
Tu peux être un ingénieur informaticien au Kenya et travailler aux États-Unis.
There are even sites today
Il y a aujourd'hui même des sites
for remote jobs.
pour des travails dans des places reculées.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you are.
Ça ne dépend pas de l'endroit où tu es.
So I know most of you might say, "Oh, I am a foreigner." You
Beaucoup de
doesn't
gens-
matter.
Ça ne dépend pas
There's a
là où tu
sister-in-law of mine,
es. J'ai une
sister-in-law.
belle-sœur.
My sister-in-law,
Ma
she lives in
belle-sœur.
Kenya,
Elle habite au
but
Kenya.
she's Ugandan.
Elle est ougandaise.
She was doing remote work
Elle faisait le travail
Sitting
dans
in
des
Kenya.
travails reculés.
for a man who is based in the US.
Pour quelqu'un qui est aux États-Unis.
She was doing some administration work,
Elle faisait des travaux en administration.
sitting in Kenya.
Être assis tout en étant au Kenya.
What I'm trying to say,
Ce que j'essaie de dire,
there's a lot of opportunities.
il y a beaucoup d'opportunités.
Even if you say you're not a Kenyan citizen,
Même si tu dis que
But
tu
you
n'es
can
pas
get
un
job.
citoyen kenyan, tu peux obtenir un travail
you can get job here doing for someone who's sitting very far from Kenya.
travailler pour quelqu'un qui est très loin du Kenya.
So you don't need a work permit.
Tu n'as pas besoin d'un permis de travail.
You get the point? There are opportunities like
Il y a
this.
beaucoup d'opportunités.
Okay, I talked a lot about new emerging growth industries,
J'ai parlé des
disappearing, others,
développements des industries.
no job for life,
Il n'y a pas de travail à vie.
end of full-time and lifetime employment,
La fin des travail à temps partiel et à temps plein.
I think I've already talked a lot about these things, all of them. Finish this first part. And then we'll agree which day to continue. So, okay, so the way we work is changing. Like I said, a lot of it is now short-term work, yes?
Beaucoup de choses sont en train de changer. Comme je disais, maintenant, c'est des travaux à petit temps.
On demand.
Sur demande.
And then flexible.
C'est très flexible.
Yeah, because now it will not be permanent work anymore.
Ce n'est plus le travail permanent.
Skills-based.
C'est basé sur des compétences spécifiques.
Hiyo lazima ingie. Skills-based. Everything will be based. That's why you must learn. By the time we finish the second session, we need to start knowing what our skills are.
Tu dois connaître quels sont tes talents ou tes compétences.
Yeah? What are your competences? Or at least the area you want to now focus yourself.
C'est le domaine dans lequel tu veux te focaliser.
And I've already talked a lot about how machines are also replacing some of the activities human beings do.
Et comment les machines sont en train de remplacer les activités que les êtres humains font.
But the most important thing is
Les choses les plus importantes est
there are some jobs that machines cannot do.
il y a des travaux que la machine ne peut pas faire.
What are those?
Quels sont ces
Knitting hair. Making hair. Yeah, they can't.
les machines ne peuvent pas
Unless
tresser.
they invent one. But
À moins qu'elles inventent un.
What else? Makeup. So, let me help you there. It is true, they can't do makeup.
C'est vrai, ils ne peuvent pas faire
Any
le
work
make-up.
that requires creativity
Tous les travaux qui
and
demandent la
design
créativité et le design
cannot be done by a machine.
ne peuvent pas être faits par des machines.
Get it? Creativity and design.
La créativité et le design.
Hawezi fanya? So, can a machine compose a song?
Est-ce que la machine peut composer une chanson?
Can a machine draw?
Une machine peut-il dessiner?
Can't do art.
Ça ne peut pas
But
faire l'art.
it can do some art.
Ça peut faire certains arts.
But it starts with a human skill first.
Ça commence d'abord avec les compétences
Then
humaines.
the machine can replicate
Et les machines peuvent
something that has
répliquer
already been created by a human.
quelque chose qui a déjà été créé par un humain.
What else can a machine not do?
Quelque chose d'autre que la machine ne peut pas faire.
Yeah? Nutrition.
En nutrition.
Yeah, it can't. Counseling, yes.
Conseiller, la
A
machine,
machine cannot listen
la machine ne
and
peut pas
give you a
écouter,
solution.
ne peut pas vous donner une
Cannot
solution.
give advice.
Ça ne peut pas vous donner un conseil.
You get? A machine can also not do anything to do with judgment or thinking
La machine ne peut pas réfléchir quelque chose avec lié au jugement
or relationship
ou
building.
bien les relations humaines.
You're getting? So it already tells you
Ça vous dit déjà
for
hein,
the future what sort of skills you need to build yourself.
c'est quel domaine tu as, des compétences
Anything a
tu devais
machine
être
cannot
construit.
do
Tout ce que la machine ne peut pas faire,
is what will be in demand.
c'est ce qui sera sur demande.
Sawa. But if it is routine things,
Si c'est les
machines will
choses
take.
s'écrivent, les machines,
Counting, machine
compter,
can
les
count.
machines peuvent faire.
Mathematical formula inafanywa na machine siku hizi,
Les,
si ndio?
les formules mathématiques, maintenant, ce sont les machines.
Yeah. So that's why I was saying there are fields that have gone completely because machine has already replaced them.
Il y a des choses qui sont parties complètement parce que les machines ont remplacé.
As long as they were routine and repetitive,
Aussi longtemps que ce sont des routines et à répétition,
the machine has done it.
la machine peut faire ça.
So the human being can design something
L'être humain peut
and the
design
machine
quelque
can
chose
produce it.
et la machine peut reproduire.
So, for example,
Par exemple,
design for clothes.
les designs
The
pour
human
les
being
habits.
can design the clothes.
Les
and then
êtres
the
humains
machine
peuvent designer les habits et la
Euh,
machine peut reproduire.
replicate.
Mm.
Sindio?
Yes.
Replicates it. You understand?
Vous comprenez?
Yeah. So human skills. There's some human skills that can never be done by a machine.
Les compétences humaines qui peuvent jamais être faites par des machines.
Okay. I think I've talked a lot about this, so I'll not repeat. Most of the forms of work are listed there now.
La plupart des travails maintenant sont listés là.
Freelancing, remote working, part-time,
Part-time.
independent contractor. These are the jobs
Les-
now.
Les
This is how
travails
work,
indépendants.
this is how work will be done.
Maintenant, comment le travail sera fait?
And it is exciting. You know why? Because you're not tied to one company.
Tu n'es pas lié à
You
une seule
work for this
compagnie.
company at the same time you're doing for this company and you're doing for this company. Are you getting it? Yeah. That's how the future will be.
C'est comme ça que le futur sera.
That's why I was saying get out of the mindset of a job.
Enlevez votre manière de penser au travail,
and
au
get
job.
into the mindset of the kind of work you can do for organizations.
Le type de travail que tu
Ça
peux
va, ça
faire
va.
pour les organisations.
And that time, you're also thinking that the organization doesn't only have to be in one location.
L'organisation ne peut pas être seulement une seule
Can be
endroit,
many locations.
dans plusieurs endroits.
Isn't it? And if you're very good at what you do,
Si tu es très compétent à ce que tu fais,
they look for you in West Africa.
on va chercher toi dans l'Afrique de
They
l'Est,
look for you in East Africa.
dans l'Afrique de l'Ouest,
They look for you in Southern Africa.
dans
You are not
dans l'Afrique
limited
du
by
Sud.
borders.
Tu n'es pas limité par les frontières.
The thing is, you must get very, very good at what you offer.
Tu dois être très très compétent à ce que tu
Even if
offres.
it is plating hair.
Ici, même si c'est seulement tresser les cheveux.
Do you know people are even selling hairstyles online?
Il y a des gens qui vendent les modèles des cheveux
Their
en
own
ligne.
creations.
Il y a toutes les sortes de
It's all
créations.
online. So there's nothing, these days there's nothing too low that cannot be done well.
Ces derniers temps, il n'y a rien de trop petit qui ne peut pas être fait.
Even the most low job you can think of
Et même les petits travaux que tu peux
has
imaginer
been transformed to become a job of substance.
et a été transformé pour devenir un travail substantiel.
Yeah. There's nothing you can despise today.
Il n'y a rien que tu peux...
When I was growing up, a hairdresser was the worst
grandissais,
job you could ever do. Ilikuwa inaonekana kama hairdresser, okay. These days hairdressers earn a lot of money. Yeah? If you're very good at what you do,
Si tu es très bien dans ce que tu fais,
you can live a fairly comfortable life.
tu peux très bien vivre ta vie.
Yeah? That's what is happening.
C'est ce qui arrive
I
maintenant.
have seen one hairdresser, guy who used to be a hairdresser while I was growing up.
J'ai vu
Today he
quelqu'un
produces his own products.
J'ai vu quelqu'un qui était en train de m'habiller, mais
So
aujourd'hui il
don't limit
produit.
your mind to only making the hair. What about the products, the accessories?
Et qu'est-ce qui compte? Ne te limite pas seulement à faire
You see,
la tresser.
grow your field in a way that you can continue adding value in your field.
Grandis jusqu'à ce que tu peux
These things,
commencer
they
à
cost us
ajouter
money.
quelque
This
chose.
thing, this
dans-
simple thing, this one. Huh? This one. Who has ever thought of this small thing, this called a crunchy, this thing?
Qui pensait à cette chose
Can be
ici?
sold in a shop for 200-300 shillings, this thing.
Peut être vendu pour 200-300 Kenya shillings.
And yet there are people who only are making money out of this thing.
Il y a seulement des gens qui font beaucoup d'argent seulement avec ça.
You get? Ornaments, these earrings you people are wearing.
Ces boucles d'oreilles,
Yeah?
les ornements.
My sister-in-law
Ma belle-sœur,
is very good at making these ornaments, this one, with beads.
elle est très bonne en faisant des ornements.
One day she got a huge order from the US. She was shocked.
Un jour, elle a pris une demande, une grosse demande
That's what I'm telling you, there are no
en
borders.
convenance des États-Unis. Il n'y a pas de frontières.
So somebody saw her with these bands used to make.
Quelqu'un a vu
They
comment
said,
elle
can you
faisait ces
do a
choses.
big order? How
Qui
much?
veut faire
How many?
une grande
I don't know, they
demande.
told her 1,000. She was
Elle a
shocked.
dit,
She never
1000
done
demandes.
that much number.
elle n'a jamais fait une grande
She
nombre.
had to make those things day and night. Day and night.
Elle a fait ça jour et nuit.
Making with her hands.
Faire avec les mains.
Till her hands were even paining. There
Jusqu'à
was
ce
a
que ses
time
mains
even the
étaient en train
husband
de faire.
alikuwa anasaidia
Il y a un
my
temps
brother.
même,
to make those ornaments because the order was so big.
parce qu'il y avait une grosse demande.
Small things like that.
Juste une petite chose.
So don't limit yourself to anything.
Ne te limite pas à
She's the
quelque
same
chose.
sister-in-law I'm telling you who had a job in the US with this man who she was their personal assistant but sitting in Kenya.
Je vous ai dit qu'il y a quelqu'un qui a obtenu un travail aux États-Unis,
Day and
mais
night she's
travaille
making
au Kenya.
ornaments. She's also doing this other work.
Et jour et nuit, elle fait des ornements et elle fait aussi d'autres travaux.
Are you saying it's possible not to sleep hungry?
Tu vois que c'est possible de ne pas dormir affamé.
Know your skill.
Connais tes compétences.
That is there the challenges. Good. Hustling.
Yeah.
Emerging industries.
Les industries émergentes,
So these are the fields that are growing quickly.
ce sont des
Fast.
domaines qui sont en train de grandir très rapidement.
Yeah. Look at computer systems and IT. That one will continue to grow big.
Regardez les systèmes des ordinateurs informatiques et les IT.
Biotechnologies.
La biotechnologie,
That one is about, with the pandemic.
avec la pandémie,
A lot of that technology
plupart des
being used
technologies
to do vaccines and all those
oui,
things. Yeah.
qui font les vaccins et tout.
Data analytics.
L'analyse des données.
Data is a big thing.
L'analyse des données, c'est quelque chose de grand.
If you listen to the videos saying about the technology
À
session
propos
we
de la
had,
technologie que nous
she
avons,
talked a lot about data.
il a beaucoup parlé des données.
How to analyze data.
Comment analyser les données.
We talked about artificial intelligence
Donc,
already.
l'intelligence artificielle,
Real estate.
les real estates.
Eh? You know, people still need to live in houses.
Les gens doivent
Yeah.
habiter dans des maisons.
It is also growing big.
Ça grandit encore.
Green in energy.
Les énergies vertes.
Give them examples. It's about trying to not use too much of oil
C'est ne pas trop utiliser l'huile, les énergies vertes.
or electricity.
Ou bien les énergies.
Solar, use like solar.
Les énergies renouvelables. Pas
Sustainable.
trop de pollution. No,
Yeah.
no much
Yes.
pollution. Pas trop de pollution.
Hata yeye anajua hiyo mambo more than me. Yeah, so this is green energy,
Les énergies vertes.
renewable energy,
Les
because
énergies renouvelables.
the oil deposits are reducing, so they need other forms of energy.
On aime des autres formes d'énergie.
That's why they are talking about even cars that will be electric cars in the
Les
future,
véhicules
solar
électriques.
powered cars. Yes, those are the fields. So you imagine you do green energy together with technology.
Les énergies vertes et les technologies.
Ndani hapo. Pharmaceuticals,
La pharmacie, les industries pharmaceutiques,
Internet of Things,
les choses Internet,
information security, because there'll be big security issues as we continue to use technology.
il y aura des
Yeah.
problèmes de sécurité, comme on continue à utiliser.
Sustainable industries,
Les industries durables,
healthcare.
la santé.
People are more careless.
Les gens sont moins regardants à propos de leur santé.
So doctors will not go out of demand.
Les docteurs, la demande des docteurs va
But you have to
augmenter.
be very good at what you do.
Tu dois être très bon dans ce que tu
Very
fais.
good at what you do. So healthcare is growing big. Government.
Le gouvernement,
Let me go back to healthcare. Even look in Kenya, more hospitals are being built. Have you
et
seen that?
plusieurs hôpitaux sont en train d'être
Yeah.
construits.
More hospitals. Recently, AR opened a big hospital on Kiambu Road. You know, and they continue to grow
Et les
Yeah.
hôpitaux continuent
because there are more
à être
health
conduits.
challenges with the lifestyles we are living.
Le-
Education.
L'éducation.
Ah. If you can teach anything, go into teaching it. Like what I was telling you.
Si
If
tu
you know
peux
crypto, learn how to teach people. Anything educational. Like
Tout
what
ce qui
I'm doing. now.
concerne l'éducation,
What I'm doing for
apprenez.
you is career education.
Ce que je vous dis, c'est
Yeah?
l'éducation.
I'm not just talking about being a teacher in a school.
Je ne dis pas
Any
seulement
education.
être seulement un professeur à l'école.
Educate people about nutrition. Educate people about anything. The field you know. Big things. Management and technical consulting.
La gestion et la consultance technique.
Yeah. So growth sectors is technology in all fields, like I said.
Comme j'ai dit, la technologie dans tous les domaines.
So you can choose a technology in a particular field.
Tu peux choisir une technologie dans un domaine
You
particulier.
can say healthcare technology. You want
Tu
to
peux
focus
dire
on
dans
that.
la santé.
Yeah.
Tu dois focaliser dans la
Or
technologie de la santé.
technology on, give me something like solar.
La technologie dans les domaines
This
solaires.
technology is not, it's so unlimited.
La technologie est illimitée.
Agricultural technology, isn't
Les
it?
te-
HR technology,
Ressources humaines, la technologie dans les ressources humaines.
marketing technology. I
La
don't know if
technologie
there's
dans les
something like
marketing.
that. But you know, anything now is being combined with
Technologie.
technology. There's even music technology.
Il y a même des technologies de musique.
There is. Yes, business
Business
technology.
technology.
You can literally go online and just search that. There's a book I carried here.
Il y a un livre que j'ai.
It has all the fields you can think of.
C'est tous les domaines que tu peux
All.
penser.
I'll go through some of it in the second session we do.
Ok.
We can talk about arts and technology.
On peut parler de l'art et de la
Yeah.
technologie.
Anything can be combined with technology. So whatever you choose to do, make sure you try and combine it with technology.
Peu importe ce que tu choisis, sois sûr que tu combines ça avec la technologie.
The other growth is in personalized services.
Et c'est
Let me give you
les services personnels.
I think I gave you an example earlier. It's things
No.
like going to do hair in people's houses,
Des choses comme aller tresser les cheveux dans les massages,
what is manicure, pedicure,
Les
ndani ya
manicures,
watu,
les pédicures.
nyumba ya watu. Those are what people want nowadays. Personalized.
Les gens veulent personnaliser.
Personalized services.
Les services
Deliveries like
personnalisés.
personalized services. Going to do shopping for people. Do you know
Allez
there are people who have no time to do shopping?
Aller faire les shopping pour certaines personnes.
Yes. So maybe it's an area you like and you offer to do it for someone else.
Peut-être que c'est un domaine que tu aimes, et tu peux offrir à
So
donner
let
ça
me
pour
give you an
quelqu'un
example
d'autre.
like no, let me not take that one. It's more for ladies. Like, but maybe you really appreciate things like I'm thinking of a good example to use. Okay, let's take clothes for example, because even men wear clothes.
Les mecs disent des habits, par exemple.
So maybe you're very good at clothes. You have a very good eye for clothes.
Peut-être que
You know,
tu
there
as
are
une
people
bonne
like
idée
that.
pour les
I'm
yeux.
not one of them. So
Pour les
maybe
habits.
you offer your service to shop for people clothes their size.
Peut-être
And
que
you
tu
deliver
donnes
it
une
to them.
idée
There are people who
de
don't
faire
like
le
doing
business
clothes
pour les
shopping.
habits pour les autres personnes.
That's an example. Or
C'est
maybe
juste un
you're very
exemple.
good with ornaments. And
Peut-être
you
que
know
tu
how
es
to
bon
mix
dans l'ornement.
ornaments.
Tu sais comment
That's-
ajuster les ornements.
That gives so many opportunities.
Ça te donne beaucoup d'opportunités.
You just use a field that you're passionate about and convert it into a service to other people.
Tu connais juste un domaine dans lequel tu es bien en
making
ça,
sense?
tu convertis ça
Yeah.
pour d'autres
And it can be
personnes.
anything, literally anything.
Ça peut être toute chose.
It could be literally anything.
Ça
It
peut être
could just
n'importe
be
quoi.
You just know how to source jeans and that's all you sell.
Tu sais juste comment porter les jeans et tu peux
Or
vendre.
there's this, now I've thought of a good example. There's this lady who's very good because she's big-bodied. She knows where to buy clothes for big-bodied women. And
Yeah,
that's all
we-
she does.
Il y a une fille qui est grosse. Elle sait comment acheter les habits pour des grosses personnes.
Imagine, she's made a business out of that.
Et elle fait de l'argent, des
She
affaires.
clothes fat women. Okay, no, they're not fat. They're just big-bodied.
Elle habille les personnes qui sont juste
But
plombées.
you get the point. Then there are also
Vous
people who are
vous
so
comprenez.
petite, they never get their size of clothes.
Il y a des
Maybe there's
personnes-
someone who can do petite. I don't know.
Peut- Oui.
You get? You can
Yes.
literally convert any passion you have into a service to other people.
Tu peux convertir tout ce que tu as pour un service pour d'autres personnes.
Environmental conservation. Hiyo ni
La
yako.
conservation environnementale.
It's going to be a big problem in the world. Sindio? Yeah. So anything around environment is also a big thing. Lately, climate change.
Yes.
Sindio? Maybe they are environmental engineers. Are they there? I don't know if they are there. I'm just.
Les
But
ingénieurs
there are fields
environnementaux.
within the environmental conservation that you can think about. I can tell you there are small NGOs that deal with
Il y a certains organismes qui travaillent avec
conservation of animals.
la conservation des animaux.
Some are so specialized like conservation of just elephants.
Il y a certains qui font justement
And
la
there are jobs in
conservation
those places.
des éléphants.
So there's a friend of mine, her daughter is very passionate about elephants.
J'ai un ami dont sa fille est passionnée à propos des éléphants.
And since she was young, she liked elephants.
Et depuis qu'elle était petite, elle aime
You're
les
laughing.
éléphants. Vous riez. And I'm passionate about snakes.
So she joined a group, I think, in a national park. or something.
Elle a pris un groupe dans le parc national
Since she was in high school,
depuis qu'elle était dans
she joined
l'école secondaire.
that club. I don't know, I can't remember the name of that club.
Elle a joint
When
le
she
club.
finished school,
Quand elle a fini l'école,
she got an internship job in one of those conservation
elle a pris un stage dans un
Organisation.
organisme de conservation.
elephants.
Éléphants.
Hey? The world has a place for everybody. That's what
Le
I
monde a la place pour tout le monde.
say. Did any of you think of a job dealing with elephants?
Imaginez un travail ayant affaire avec les
Because of her
éléphants.
passion for elephants since she was young, they took her
À cause
for
de
the
sa
job.
passion pour les éléphants, on l'a pris.
So don't despise any passion you have. Maybe when you mention it in an interview, it might open a door for you.
Peut-être quand tu dis ça dans un interview, ça peut ouvrir des portes pour toi.
Like, let me give you this example.
Laisse-moi vous donner cet
There's an
exemple.
organization that told people,
Il y a une organisation qui a dit aux gens,
when you're applying for the job, please attach a photo.
quand tu applies pour les travails, mettez une photo.
Any photo.
N'importe quelle photo.
So this person applied to the job, but she attached a photo where she was doing community work.
Elle a pris une photo là où elle faisait le travail communautaire.
That's what got her the job.
Et c'est ça qui l'a donné le travail.
They didn't tell you what type of photo to attach,
Elle n'a pas dit quel type de photo attacher.
but because she was thinking, what could they be looking for in the photo?
Qu'est-ce qu'on va chercher dans une photo?
So she decided, let me attach a photo showing them something that I do.
Leur montre quelque chose que j'ai fait autre.
That is how she got the job.
Et c'est comme ça qu'elle a obtenu le travail.
Because they could see she has adding value in the community.
Elle est en train d'ajouter la valeur à la
You
communauté.
getting that? Nowadays, even some universities, they ask you, what other things do you do?
Quelque chose que tu fais.
And sometimes they give you
À côté.
scholarship based on those other things you do.
Peut-être qu'on te donne des bourses par rapport à ce que tu fais d'autres.
Beyond just looking for work or school.
Au-delà de ce que tu cherches pour travail. Et
And it is small things like I have a workmate
j'ai une collègue de travail
whose daughter,
dont la fille,
slightly older than my daughter's age,
elle est plus âgée que ma fille.
she goes to Mukuru Kwanjenga slums
Elle part dans un coin reculé
every month
tous les mois.
to do work in the community.
De travailler avec la communauté.
And because of that,
Et à cause de cela,
got a scholarship.
elle a trouvé une bourse d'études.
What are you doing to add value to other people? That's the question I'm asking you.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais pour ajouter des valeurs sur d'autres personnes?
Because we all want to get work,
Nous voulons tous obtenir un emploi.
but how else are you adding value to
Quelque chose
the
d'autre.
lives of
Qu'est-ce que
other
tu ajoutes d'autre à d'autres personnes?
Let me tell you something that is big. Even the kingdom teaches us
Même le royaume nous enseigne cela.
about giving and generosity.
Donner avec générosité.
It will come back to you.
Ça te reviendra.
Good measure,
La bonne mesure,
pressed together,
ensemble,
and running over.
et running over.
So learn to serve wherever you are.
Apprenez à
In whatever
servir, peu
way. It could be a
importe.
very small way,
Peut-être que ça soit une petite
very
endroit.
small,
Juste une petite.
but just start.
J'ai commencé.
Just start. Just help
Commencé.
somewhere.
Aide.
You
Quelque
don't
part.
know whether, if you just mention that statement, what it can do to
Tu ne
open
sais
a door
pas
for
si
you.
tu dis quelque chose que tu fais qui va ouvrir des portes.
You get? Yeah. Just learn how to volunteer.
Apprenez comment être volontaire.
You don't have a job yet?
Tu n'as pas encore un travail?
Volunteer somewhere.
Fais le volontaire quelque part.
Offer your service somewhere.
Offre tes services quelque part.
And let's see what God can do.
Et regarde ce que Dieu peut
Are you
faire.
getting it? Yeah. That's just how the kingdom works.
C'est comme ça que le royaume fonctionne.
We are not only to give money.
On ne doit pas toujours donner
If you
de
don't
l'argent.
have money, give your service.
Si tu n'as pas d'argent dans tes services,
And even in serving,
même en servant,
you learn a new skill.
tu apprends de nouvelles compétences.
Isn't it? You
N'est-ce
get,
pas?
you build competence also by volunteering.
On construit la compétence aussi en étant
Even when you don't
volontaire.
have a job.
Même si tu n'as pas de
You
travail.
just go and offer yourself, okay, how can I help? You have
Comment
a
je peux
relative,
aider?
go and tell your uncle, I'm looking for ways I can help. You know they have a business. Go and offer yourself.
Va t'offrir toi-même. Dis seulement, je cherche une manière d'aider.
You don't know how that door can
Tu ne sais pas comment les portes
open
peuvent
other
s'ouvrir
doors for you. Yeah.
pour toi.
I had a young person who came to me once and told me,
J'ai une jeune personne qui était venue et m'a
what
dit,
can I do to help you?
qu'est-ce que je peux faire pour
And I
t'aider?
gave them some work.
Et je leur ai donné certains travaux.
And within a few months,
Et après certains mois,
that person got a job. Just
That-
because of what they were doing for me.
elle a trouvé un emploi.
Because now I was able also to do a reference for them.
Et j'étais capable de faire une référence pour eux.
So you see,
Vous voyez?
jobs, work is in plenty.
Il y a beaucoup de travail.
It is not written in the newspaper.
Ce n'est pas écrit dans les journaux.
Work is in plenty out here.
Il y a beaucoup de
There's a
travail.
lot of work.
Il y a beaucoup de travaux.
Yeah. So the other things, I think we have already touched on them. I won't go into them. Social welfare will also be a big growing field because
les
of the
aides
number of
sociaux.
social problems we have.
Il y a beaucoup de travaux, il y a beaucoup de problèmes sociaux.
People are depressed.
Les gens sont déprimés.
Young people are committing suicide.
Les jeunes gens commettent des suicides.
I mean, there's so much social problem.
Il y a beaucoup de problèmes sociaux.
Those things will require people to do the work.
Et ça,
Counseling, those are fields that will be on high demand.
ce sont des choses qui seront en demande.
Right now, a lot of youths need coaching and mentoring.
Beaucoup de jeunes
A
aiment
lot.
le coaching et le mentor.
How can you
mentorship.
offer yourself?
Comment tu peux offrir toi-même?
Or how can you pursue that field if you're interested?
Et comment peux-tu poursuivre si tu es intéressé?
In the next session, I'll be able to take you through some activities
Et dans la session prochaine, je serai capable de vous conduire dans certaines activités
that can help you start identifying what areas could be your strengths.
pour
Yeah.
que tu puisses identifier quel domaine sera ta force.
So I'm almost ending. So
J'ai fini.
the 21st century worker
les travaux du 21e siècle,
based of everything I have said today,
se basant pour toutes choses que j'ai dit aujourd'hui,
there are 3 big characteristics you must have.
il y a 3 caractères principaux que tu dois avoir.
We said that you are on a boda boda.
On se dit que tu es sur une moto.
Bicycle. That's the
Bicycle.
career now, the way you're going to handle your career. So the first thing is you have to be agile.
Tu dois être agile, la première chose.
Agile, what is do you understand what agile is? What
Yes.
does it mean?
It means to know how
Flexible,
very
uko chap chap. Umtu akorada. Yo. That life we're living today, ukorada kabisa. Yeah? You can see ahead there. That's how you have to live. Una translate au
Wanajua? Wameelewa. Kila mtu ameelewa.
Speaking in
Kiswahili.
So agility is very big.
L'agilité, c'est très important.
If your field has closed, you move.
Si ton domaine est fermé, tu
Turn
bouges,
direction.
tu changes de direction.
You know how boda boda never stop anywhere.
Tu connais comment les boda boda peuvent stopper.
Boda boda can go on the road, off the road,
Les boda
dirt
boda
road,
peuvent
anywhere.
entrer partout.
You get it? That's the agility we're saying in the 21st century you must
C'est
have.
l'agilité que tu dois avoir dans le 21e siècle.
Yeah. Don't be a one-track person.
Ne sois pas seulement une personne qui reste sur un même
That I
trajet.
can't do anything else.
Il ne peut pas faire quelque chose d'autre.
I've already told you myself, I'm employed, but can you see Nikorada pia? If huku kukuisha, niko na another direction. You also need that.
Tu as aussi besoin de cela.
What you see, we have how many fingers here?
On a combien de
We
doigts?
actually have 10 fingers. Do you know if I told you today you have 10 opportunities,
Si je te dis aujourd'hui, tu as 10 opportunités
income generating streams?
ceux qui peuvent générer des revenus.
I'm sure you can't believe it.
Tu ne peux pas
But
croire à
that's what
cela.
I'll show you in the next session.
Je vais vous montrer ça dans la session prochaine.
There are possibilities,
Il y a beaucoup de
as many
possibilités.
as your fingers.
Aussi nombreux que vos doigts.
Don't just think one. I only have this skill. You actually, every human being is multidimensional.
Tout humain est multidimensionnaire.
Many of us can do many things.
Tout le monde peut faire beaucoup de choses.
We may need to focus on a few when we are starting,
Quand tu commences, tu dois te focaliser un peu.
but you have the capacity to do more than you think you can.
Tu as la capacité de faire plus que tu peux.
That's the truth.
Ça, c'est la vérité.
Yeah. That's the truth.
Ça, c'est la vérité.
So we will discuss more in the second session.
On va plus discuter dans
Because
la
I'll
session
take you through
prochaine.
some activities on how to identify your skills,
Je vais vous mettre dans l'activité comment
your
identifier vos
areas of
compétences
passion and interest,
dans vos aires de passion et d'intérêt.
so that you can start thinking, what can you do with those things?
Comme ça, tu vas commencer à penser qu'est-ce que je peux faire avec ces choses.
Yeah. My mother, she is 73,
Ma mère a 73 ans,
but she's a landlord.
mais elle est propriétaire de terre.
She can do clothes.
Elle peut faire les habits.
She's a farmer.
Elle est fermier.
She keeps livestock.
Elle a aussi les bétails.
My mother cannot sleep hungry.
Elle ne peut pas dormir affamée.
How has anyone of you reached 73 here? That's my mother, eh?
C'est ma mère,
She's 73.
73 ans.
She's using at least 5.
Elle utilise au moins
And she
5.
can also plait hair, eh?
Elle peut aussi tresser.
She used to plait us when we were growing up.
Elle nous tressait quand on grandissait.
We are multi-talented human beings.
Nous avons plusieurs talents.
That's how God made us.
C'est comme ça que Dieu nous a créés.
Go and read the story about Solomon.
Et lisez l'histoire à propos de Salomon.
It will amaze you.
Ça va vous
They
intéresser.
say the wisdom of Solomon.
La sagesse de Salomon,
He could talk about plants.
il pouvait parler des plantes,
He could talk about animals.
il pouvait parler des
I mean,
animaux.
Who has ever read that story? So
J'ai
you,
déjà
you,
lu
you
cette
look at
histoire.
him and ask yourself, he was an environmentalist, an ecologist. Surely.
Salomon était tout.
Go and read that story. I
Va
challenge you.
aller lire cette histoire.
When I read it, it challenges me. I'm thinking, hey, I can do more things.
Je peux faire plus que ça.
Yeah. That was Solomon. He could do so many things.
Il pouvait faire beaucoup de choses.
He could write songs. You've seen Solomon wrote songs.
Il a
he
écrit
wrote
des chansons,
poems.
il a écrit des poèmes,
Hey. He knew about plants.
il connaissait à propos des plantes.
Kai. That was Solomon. My father, my late father,
Mon père, Mon
My
faux
father
père,
was an engineer. I already told you he was an engineer.
c'était un ingénieur.
That man could make furniture.
Il pouvait faire des fournitures.
He did woodwork.
Il travaillait le
He
travail du
did
bois.
metalwork.
Il travaillait le
He
métal.
was a mechanical engineer. He could fix his own car.
Il était un mécanicien.
He
So,
was interested in plants and
il
he
était
used to.
intéressé à la plante.
He was a farmer.
Il était un fermier.
When he would leave the work job at 5
Quand il terminait le travail à
come home.
17 heures, il rentrait à la maison.
and do some digging
Il faisait
for 1 or 2 hours. I used to look at him. That is how dynamic we are as humans.
C'est comme ça
Things.
dynamique que nous sommes en tant qu'humains.
Meanwhile, he had a farm in the coast.
Il a une ferme.
He was farming mangoes and coconuts.
Il est en train de faire les mangues et les noix de coco.
None of us are 70 yet.
Personne à
What I'm
70
trying to
ans.
say,
Ce que j'essaie de dire,
many of us have multiple talents,
plusieurs d'entre nous ont plusieurs talents.
but we're not utilizing our full potential.
On n'utilise pas notre full potentiel.
In today's world,
Et dans le monde d'aujourd'hui,
we have the opportunity
nous avons l'opportunité
to express them.
de les exprimer.
Because it's open. It's an open world.
Parce que c'est un monde
You can
ouvert.
offer it to anybody.
Tu peux offrir ça à tout le monde.
Yeah. So I was talking about agility. Second one, I think I've talked a lot, is on technology.
La deuxième, j'ai parlé de la technologie.
Anybody today
Tout le monde aujourd'hui,
who is going to be successful
si tu veux être succès,
must be
avoir du succès,
technologically savvy.
tu dois savoir servir la technologie.
I will not add because we have talked a lot about it.
Je ne veux pas ajouter.
The last one,
Le dernier,
we all have to think like entrepreneurs.
on doit tous penser comme des entrepreneurs.
How does an entrepreneur think?
Comment un entrepreneur réfléchit?
The primary thing, yes, go on. Exactly.
Les entrepreneurs pensent
An
l'opportunité
entrepreneur has
d'affaires.
an eye for opportunity.
L'opportunité d'affaires.
Even when the opportunity doesn't look apparent.
Même si l'opportunité n'est pas apparente.
So you can look at the world and say, hey, things are
Tu peux
good.
regarder le monde et regarde, les choses sont...
But others are looking and say, wow,
Les autres
how
regardent et disent,
so many opportunities.
comment beaucoup d'opportunités sont.
Do you know there are people who are like that?
Il y a des gens qui sont comme
Then
ça.
they can make money out of nothing.
Ils peuvent faire de l'argent.
And you wonder, how do they see?
Comment ils voient?
I wish I had that skill. I am praying for it.
Amen.
So 3 things: agility,
Les 3 choses, l'agilité,
technology,
la technologie
entrepreneurship,
et l'entrepreneuriat.
mindset.
L'intelligence de l'entrepreneuriat.
That is what will get you successful.
Et
Those-
ce qui va te
There
faire...
are other things, but for me,
devenir
those are
succès.
the most critical things
Ça, ce sont les choses les plus critiques
to survive in the 21st
pour survivre
century and beyond.
au
Because the world
20
is not getting slower.
au 21e siècle, parce que le monde ne devient plus petit.
So I'm about to end. 4 things, skills you need to have to thrive in the new world.
Faut 4 choses que tu dois avoir pour pouvoir survivre dans le nouveau monde.
You must be curious.
Tu dois être curieux.
Be very willing to learn anything everywhere. Even
Sois
when it
prêt
doesn't
à apprendre
concern you.
toutes choses n'importe où. Même si ça ne te concerne pas. Apprends.
Even you find people talking hapo kwa bus stop. Unasikiza tu. You
Même si
don't
les
know
gens sont en train de parler dans le bus, toi juste écoute.
what you may learn
C'est que tu peux apprendre
out of it. Yeah?
de ça.
Every interaction you have is an opportunity to learn something new about the world
Toutes
that you might not know.
les interactions que tu as, c'est quelque chose que tu peux apprendre, quelque chose de nouveau à propos du monde que tu ne connaissais pas.
So become a continuous learner
Deviens
and learn things quickly.
un apprenant continuel et
Because
apprends
if you don't,
rapidement.
what will happen?
Si tu ne fais pas,
Next
qu'est-ce que
door
va...
neighbor pia yeye ako grada, si ndio? So uwe mtu wa chap chap. Build confidence about your skills and your abilities.
Sois confident à propos de tes compétences et de tes habilités.
Choose the skills that you're going to invest your time on.
Choisis les compétences que tu dois investir ton temps.
Remember, I said you have to be 10 times better than
Tu dois être
everybody
10
else
fois meilleur
if you're going to thrive.
si tu veux survivre.
You're going to become better than the Chinese.
Tu dois être meilleur que
In
les
that field
Chinois
you're doing,
dans le domaine que tu fais.
you have to be very good at it.
Tu dois être très bon en
Yeah?
cela.
But you must learn the skills which we'll tackle next time and you build on them. Then creativity.
Tu dois être créatif.
I told you a computer can never duplicate.
Le computer, les ordinateurs ne peuvent pas reproduire ta
So
créativité.
you have to be creative in your field.
Tu
yeah?
dois être créatif dans
You
ton
have to be
domaine.
creative in your field. Like me, I'm looking at these career things that I do. What can I do, to package them better?
Je suis en train de voir qu'est-ce que je peux faire pour mieux le vendre.
I have to invest some money so that I can
Je dois
improve
investir
myself.
certains argents, comme ça je peux
The
augmenter.
things that I know today,
Les choses que je connais
I had
aujourd'hui,
to invest money.
je dois investir l'argent.
I invested in courses. I went abroad,
J'ai investi au cours, je suis
taught
parti.
myself. I
J'ai
have so
appris.
many books.
J'ai beaucoup de livres.
You have to invest to get. Sindio?
Tu dois
So,
investir pour prendre.
learn how to invest in your skills. Then
Apprends
you
comment
won't-
investir dans ta
You
compétence.
won't get better without investing.
Tu ne seras pas
to
meilleur
grow,
si
to
tu
get
n'investis
better.
pas à devenir meilleur.
The last thing I've put there,
Les dernières choses,
people skills.
les compétences des gens.
Your ability to get along and influence people.
Ton habilité de marcher avec les gens et
To
d'influencer les gens.
learn to collaborate with other people.
Et apprendre à collaborer avec d'autres personnes.
Most success will come through collaboration.
La plupart des succès vient avec les
What we were
collaborations.
discussing earlier about entrepreneurship versus, getting a
C'est ça.
business.
C'est qu'on discutait à propos des entrepreneurs
It
et d'avoir
requires collaboration.
un travail.
Yeah.
Tu dois avoir la collaboration.
Partners, yes.
Les partenaires.
Most things today are being done by partners.
La plupart des choses sont faites avec le partenariat.
Safaricom is partnering with banks.
Les
Why do they do
Safaricom
that?
font le partenariat avec
See,
les
they have
banques.
M-Pesa. They can do it on their own.
Ils ont un peu,
And
ils
they
peuvent faire ça
Why
eux-mêmes.
shouldn't we partner with one another?
Pourquoi ne pouvons-nous pas faire le partenariat?
Exactly. So, learn to partner with people, learn to work with people. I think this
Apprends
is my
à faire des
second last
partenariats
slide.
et à travailler avec des gens.
I've talked a lot about learning, isn't it?
Je vous ai parlé à propos d'apprentissage.
But there's the reality about education.
La réalité à propos de l'éducation.
Never confuse education with intelligence.
Ne confondez pas l'éducation et l'intelligence.
Intelligence is not the ability to remember and repeat like they teach in school.
L'intelligence n'est pas la capacité d'apprendre et de répéter comme on enseigne à l'école.
It's the ability to learn from the experiences, solve problems, use your knowledge to adapt to new situations.
C'est l'habilité à apprendre par l'expérience, résoudre les problèmes et utiliser la connaissance pour adapter à n'importe quelle situation.
Because sometimes the education we learned, and I think that's what Jean-Luc was saying earlier,
Et les éducations qu'on a apprises,
it remains in the head.
ça reste à la tête.
It does not apply to your day-to-day life.
Ça ne s'applique pas à ta vie quotidienne.
And that's where the challenge is with our education
Et c'est
system.
là où le problème est avec notre système d'éducation.
So you can get intelligence through other means, not through education only.
Tu peux apprendre l'éducation, l'intelligence par d'autres moyens, pas
Like-
seulement par
Like
l'éducation.
coming from this session, have you learned something?
En venant à cette session, avez-vous appris quelque chose?
Just attending some conferences, seminars, church, you get even more than what you learned in school.
Même vous apprenez plus que ce que vous apprenez à l'école en venant dans des séminaires, dans des
Getting a
conférences.
mentor, just sitting with people, talking to
Assi-
them,
Parler aux gens,
understanding the market.
comprendre le marché.
It takes you further, isn't it?
Ça te take.
So let's seek wisdom, intelligence, isn't it?
Yes.
These are the most important things.
Cherchant avec la sagesse et l'intelligence, ça, ce sont des choses plus importantes.
And so I want to end there
Je veux finir ici.
so that we can continue next time.
On peut continuer prochainement.
Please seek intelligence.
Cherchez l'intelligence.
In all thy getting, get understanding.
Dans tout ce que vous faites, ayez la compréhension.
There's a scripture like that.
Il y a un
In
verset.
all thy getting,
Dans tout ce que vous faisiez,
education is not equal to wisdom.
l'éducation n'est pas égale à la sagesse.
Yeah? It's not. Some education could give you some wisdom, but
Une
in
certaine
most
éducation.
cases,
La plupart des fois,
it remains head knowledge. So I'm hoping that this investment of time was worth it for you.
j'espère que cet investissement de temps était bénéfique pour vous.
Yeah? Please give us feedback
Donnez-nous des comptes
on how
rendus.
you found the session.
Comment vous avez trouvé la session?
At least through Jean-Luc, you can inform him what you found useful,
Qu'est-ce qui était
what
important?
else you want us to cover. But I think this was just a foundation.
Ça, c'était juste la
I've not even
fondation.
gotten into the main thing.
Je ne suis même pas entré dans les choses principales.
That's why you need to come for the second part.
C'est pourquoi tu dois venir dans la deuxième partie.
That's where we'll do activities. Some of those activities I carried today.
Certaines activités que j'ai transportées
Have you seen
aujourd'hui.
those papers there?
Vous voyez ces papiers?
There's a lot of work to be done.
C'est beaucoup de travail qu'on va faire.
Now to get into the actual career decision making.
Est-ce que vous
What I
entrez dans la
did was
carrière de
help you
décision?
understand the context
C'est pour vous aider à comprendre le contexte
yeah, of what is happening in the world.
et ce qui arrive dans le monde.
So that when we get into those activities, then you understand why we're going through that.
Et quand vous entrez dans cette activité pour comprendre pourquoi on est en train de traverser.
Sawa sawa.
Ok.
Any questions?
Quelle question? Questions, Daniel. Espoir. Question, ask. Jerry.
Thank you for the speech. It was very important for me, and I've learned a lot of things, and I think with time maybe I will practice them. So I don't have just a question, but it's also a comment, because nowadays, as I've said before, I have also a passion of advise people to be a counselor one day. I met before some of my friends, and I asked them why they don't want to have partners, why they don't want to include other people in their business. They told me that sometimes wanakuwa naogopa wawakule hiyo project yao. That is another problem for us young, because sometimes we are afraid. We think maybe other guys can take our project, and we don't want even to continue with that. And sometimes because before I took the decision to do engineering, I wanted to do that because my parent told me I will get a lot of money in that. But when I came here, I realized that it wasn't that my passion. Okay, my passion was to be maybe a counselor. Not just because of money, but I wanted to see people to reach their goal, to help them out to make their business better, and to realize their project. So that's why I choose and I take the decision to be a counselor. And another point, some of us, as we are young, some of young people, they don't want and they didn't, and they don't want even now to listen to their mentor and to their sometimes to their spiritual father, because I think sometimes the one who can know you very good, sometimes it can be your spiritual father. Him can help you how to reach your goal and how to become maybe one who you want to be. So that is also the one point. And another point, sometimes we need things to be happened instantly. Yes, we need that. So if I want to become a president, I would like to become a president tomorrow. But you don't need to learn more. We don't need to practice to maybe to create, to extend our environments, to create partnership. So we don't need that sometimes. So that is another problem with young like that. But I think with time, other people will understand that, and they will need to create that relationship with other and to become more, to extend. So I think in that point, that's what I wanted to say.
Submit to older people.
On doit être soumis aux vieux.
Yeah? They may not understand everything.
Ils ne peuvent pas comprendre toutes choses, comme je vous ai dit.
They don't understand all these things.
Ils ne comprennent pas tout.
That's why I'm here to train you.
C'est pourquoi je suis ici pour vous enseigner. Ils ont certaines sagesses pour vous aider, pour que vous puissiez bien conduire votre vie. Ils étaient jeunes. Ils comprennent les fautes que tu peux produire.
Yeah. So, I am very passionate about working with young people
Je suis très passionné à travailler avec les jeunes.
I believe you guys have something great to do for Africa, guys.
Je crois que vous avez quelque chose de grand à faire. Je ne peux pas sacrifier mon temps, mais je crois que il y a quelque chose que Dieu a placé en vous. Et ce que vous avez besoin, c'est la guidance.
And if God has given me my insight, why shouldn't I sit and share it with you?
Si Dieu m'a donné cette information, pourquoi ne pas m'asseoir et
so that you don't make mistakes.
Pour que vous ne faites pas des erreurs.
So that you get to your path faster than maybe other people.
Mais
I'm sure you've met older people who are still struggling with their careers.
Je sais que vous avez rencontré des vieux qui souffrent par rapport à leur carrière. Ils ont 50 ans.
And are still lost.
Ils sont perdus.
So I don't want any of you to be lost. I want
Je ne
each
veux
and
pas
every
que
one of you
vous puissiez être perdus.
to find your path quickly and you thrive.
Je veux que vous puissiez trouver votre
That
carrière
will be my
très,
joy. So
très
that's why I'm
rapidement.
going to walk this path with you.
C'est pourquoi je veux faire ce voyage avec vous.
Even if we need session 3, 4, 5, I
Si
will
vous-
be there.
Amen.
It was good because the way he was sharing and teaching, and he have an experience in counseling and chaplain.
Il a de l'expérience dans le conseiller
So,
et
I wanted
prêcher.
him to be my mentor.
Je voulais qu'il puisse être mon
He said,
mentor.
When I will be your mentor, and if you find some mistakes,
Si, je
or you find my weaknesses,
si tu
how
trouves ma
will you
faiblesse,
react?
comment tu vas réagir?
So, since that time, I
Depuis
was
ce
like,
temps,
it's not easy to find a mentor.
c'est pas facile de trouver un mentor.
How is it like that? Because I want and I need it, but
Je veux, mais j'ai besoin de cela.
You know, to mentor other people, you need to sacrifice time.
Pour
How many
mentor
hours
d'autres
have we sat
personnes,
here?
euh,
We sat here for almost 4 hours.
ouais. On était ici pour près de 4 heures.
So
Prêt
one
à
of the
sacrifier.
things, the challenges is maybe people don't have the time. Maybe
Peut-être
they're
les
too
gens n'ont
busy.
pas le temps.
But like I said, it's a sacrifice of time.
C'est un sacrifice de temps.
And sometimes you as a mentor have nothing to gain out of it.
Peut-être que tu n'as rien à
Isn't
gagner.
it? Maybe that's how they are thinking. I'm just trying to think from the mentor side.
Yeah. J'essaie de penser à la partie de mentor.
And maybe people just don't have a vision to mentor.
Peut-être les gens n'ont pas la vision d'être le mentor.
Because it requires time. to
Ça
sit
demande
with
du
someone,
temps,
pass
asseoir
on
avec
your
quelqu'un
skills.
et
Yeah.
guider.
And maybe that person might be a mentor in a different way.
Peut-être qu'il est un mentor dans un autre.
So their mentors are there. I can tell you they are there.
Les
But it's
mentors
just
sont
maybe you've
là.
not found the right person.
Peut-être que tu n'as pas trouvé la
Maybe
bonne
we can
personne.
chat after this. You tell me what sort of mentor you're looking for.
Peut-être
They are
après
there.
ça.
They're
Il y a des
available.
mentors. Il y en a.
We could probably find somebody who can work with, because you see, you need to find a mentor in kind of the field that they have already walked through.
Tu dois trouver un mentor dans le domaine dans lequel
Yeah,
tu as
something
déjà
they have already experienced.
quelque chose qu'ils ont déjà expérimenté.
So if you told me what sort of thing you're looking at, maybe I can link you to someone who might
Peut-être que je peux te lier à
be
quelqu'un.
relevant to your path. So we can talk after this.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
How can we find like a right partners? Because the problem nowadays with this generation is truth. Because the generation is like they don't want to grow and everything has to come faster. If I find something, that's for me. So it's my chance, let me get it. Now we are in a day like me, I wanted to partner. I have so many friends. We have a company actually here. One gained the market and he went for himself.
Yeah.
He put all of us out. It's like, okay, nowadays I say, no, I don't want to get, And I was like, if you want to build like a company in Kenya, we are 2 Congolese with 1 Kenyans, we can get like, we got the paper and everything, we got the pin and everything that will allow us at least to start. Yeah. And he used that start to make money fast. He got in the market, then he forget about us. It's like us, we are nothing, Nowadays, it's very hard to find. How can we find a right partner?
It's hard. You see, I think the issue with partners is you've got to get partners with the same values as you. Values?
Les valeurs.
Yeah.
Pour prendre un bon partenaire, on a besoin des valeurs.
Values.
Des valeurs.
Because if you get somebody who is, you see, like what I've gone through, I've told you,
C'est que je suis passé.
the instant success is not there.
Les succès,
It doesn't exist anywhere.
ça n'existe
There's
plus.
some hard work that has been done somewhere in the background.
C'est certains
Before
travaux
someone
difficiles.
got successful.
Avant que quelqu'un devienne un succès.
But many young people today think that they want instant success. It's not possible.
Beaucoup de jeunes
what
gens
you are
pensent
saying.
qu'ils
So,
veulent des succès instantanés.
I think you need time to build trust with people first before you partner with them.
Tu dois prendre ton temps et construire la confiance avant d'être partenaire.
Because it's almost like, what example can I use? It's almost like building a relationship with somebody to get married with.
C'est comme construire
You
une
have to
relation.
Build it over time. It's not
Tu
going
dois
to happen
construire la
instant.
relation avec le temps, la confiance.
Because you have to know the person.
Tu dois connaître la
You have
personne.
to build trust.
Tu dois connaître,
Yeah,
tu
there
dois
has to
connaître
be some
la
respect.
confiance, tu dois avoir le respect,
Mutual vision.
les
Shared
visions
vision.
mutuelles, partager
Okay.
la vision.
What is the shared vision? So it looks like one person in that partnership, their vision was just to make money.
Une vision d'un partenaire, c'était juste de voir l'argent.
So there was no shared vision.
Il n'y avait pas de vision partagée.
So I want to suggest to us that before you rush into getting people to partner with,
Avant de...
some journey with them.
Ok.
Learn them.
Apprenez.
Understand them.
Comprenez les autres.
Understand their values.
Comprenez leurs valeurs.
Get to understand their vision.
Comprenez leur vision.
You won't learn them overnight.
Tu peux pas apprendre ça en une
It's a
nuit.
process.
C'est une procédure.
Yeah, just like when you're courting somebody to get married to them, you have to see them when they are in good times, bad times.
Tu dois les voir quand ils sont bien, mauvais.
Angry, happy.
Quand ils sont fâchés, quand ils sont rejoints.
No, will I live with this person?
Je peux habiter avec cette personne,
How
vivre.
is this person when they are so angry? Eh?
Quand elle est fâchée, comment elle est?
So that's what I'm saying. Don't be in a rush to run into partnerships.
Ne soyez pas pressés. Prenez votre temps.
It could be 2 to 3 years even.
Ça peut prendre 2 à 3 ans.
Where you learn people and their motives.
Et tu apprends les gens avec leurs motifs, les motivations, leurs valeurs.
Yeah? Before you even go into that step of starting even a business or something with them.
Avant d'aller dans cette étape, prenez votre temps.
I advocate for partnerships, but don't be in a rush. That's what I'm trying to say.
Ne soyez pas pressés.
Yes. I don't know your name because you weren't here when we did introductions, but oh, him, her, okay, then.
Him? No.
Let's start with him.
Okay.
I think his hand was up earlier. Then her,
yes.
then him.
Merci pour la parole. Ok, merci pour la parole.
Ok.
Je voulais savoir, maman.
I wanted to know.
Avec tout ce qui va avec l'avancement technologique.
With all that thing is going with the evolution of technology.
Je voulais avoir un conseil venant de vous.
I wanted to get an advice coming from you.
Faudra-t-il poursuivre nos passions dans la vie et se perfectionner dedans?
We have to follow our passion in life and to be perfect into that's our passion.
Ou se positionner en fonction des besoins que nous offre la société.
Or to get a position according to the need of the society.
Quel conseil vous pouvez
Which
nous
advice
donner
can you give us?
cela?
Should we choose between our passion or the need of our society?
You have to both
Tu dois choisir les deux.
somewhere.
Ça doit se rencontrer quelque part.
They have to both meet.
Ça doit se rencontrer
Passion
quelque part.
and needs of the society.
La
You
passion
can't
et
say
le
I
besoin de
will
la possibilité.
pursue a passion and then the needs are not there.
Tu peux pas poursuivre une passion et le besoin de la société
There's
ne
no
se
work
rencontrent
to be
pas.
done.
Il n'y a pas de travail à faire.
Yeah. At the same time, pursue a need from the society, but it is not aligned with who you are, what you're passionate about. Is also a problem because you just be working for the sake of it. Yes. So for me, it has to be, in English, say converge.
Ça doit
convergence.
Ça doit converger les deux.
Of the two.
La convergence de ta passion et des besoins de la société.
I will cover that in the next session.
Je veux couvrir ça dans la session prochaine. Très bien.
Okay, my question is, as I'm really interested in to be an entrepreneurship.
Comme je suis intéressé à être un entrepreneur.
What are the challenges I might face?
Quels sont les challenges que je peux rencontrer?
And what are the characteristics?
Quelles sont les caractéristiques
of a successful entrepreneur?
D'un entrepreneur à succès.
That's my 2 questions.
Ça, ce sont mes 2 questions.
That's a whole course.
Ça, c'est tout un cours.
Okay. So you ask about what are the characteristics of an entrepreneur.
First of all, the challenges.
Oh, the challenges. Oh, the challenges like any other challenge in life.
Tout autre challenge dans la vie, problème.
When you're starting something, there'll always be challenges, isn't it?
Toujours des
Anything
problèmes.
new. Even when you're going to a new school,
Quand tu
a
pars
new
dans une nouvelle
country,
école, une nouvelle
anything
pays,
new has challenge.
toute chose a des
Isn't it?
difficultés.
So it's exactly the same with an
C'est
entrepreneurship.
la même chose comme un entrepreneur.
Sometimes let me give you some of the ones I faced when I was starting my own entrepreneurship journey. Sometimes you misinterpret the needs of the society.
Peut-être
What
tu
you
interprètes mal les besoins de la société.
So you have a skill, you have a passion, but the market is not ready for it.
Peut-être que le marché n'est pas prêt pour ce que tu
can happen.
offres.
So it means that they're not going to buy quickly what
C'est
you
ce
have
qui veut
to
dire
offer.
qu'ils ne vont pas acheter rapidement.
So
ce
it
que tu
takes
as à
long
vendre.
to take off
Ça prend
the
du
business.
temps pour avoir des
And it can be a long road and lonely journey. That's why I was saying. Go on.
Comme je disais.
So that's why, even as an entrepreneur, you need to think of a few other things that you can do at the same time. Because you don't put your eggs in one basket.
Tu ne peux pas mettre ton pied dans un seul panier, donc tu dois penser à quelque chose d'autre à faire.
So that's one. Two, I'm trying to move fast. Two is things like what I was saying earlier. I started off my entrepreneurship journey as a self-employed.
J'ai commencé mon travail comme un emploi personnel.
And I told you some of the challenges with that. It means that you have to work every day, no rest.
Tu dois travailler chaque jour sans repos.
Yeah? So you can even get burnt out.
Tu peux te brûler même, sortir.
Yeah? As you're trying to get the business off the ground.
Quand tu essaies de que
yeah?
le business de l'affaire puisse augmenter.
There's a lot of effort to be put in the beginning.
Il y a beaucoup d'efforts à faire dans le commencement.
So you have to be very resilient.
Tu dois être très résiliente.
Yeah? Very resilient. Because it's tough. You have to put in more time than the money you're getting. There's no money you're getting.
Plus l'argent que tu prends.
Sometimes you don't get money for a few months.
Peut-être que tu n'as pas d'argent pour certaines.
But you have to keep going, isn't it?
Mais tu dois
because
continuer.
You believe in it. Yeah?
Parce
Unless
que tu
you
crois en
don't
cela.
believe in it. So you have to go. You have to be driven purely by the vision you have.
Tu dois être conduit par la vision que tu as.
Yeah? Even when you can't see immediate results.
Même si tu ne vois pas un résultat immédiat.
That is the toughest part of the entrepreneurship.
Ça c'est la partie la plus difficile du voyage en tant qu'entrepreneur.
Believing in what you're doing, even when you can't see the results.
Croire en ce que tu fais, même si tu ne vois pas les résultats.
And giving the business a chance to grow. So you invest most of the time upfront, you reap later. That's what an entrepreneur
Tu dois
does.
planter et récolter après.
It's like a farmer.
C'est comme un fermier.
A farmer plants seeds without knowing whether the rain will really stay. Even right now, rain has begun. But we don't know whether the rain will continue. But the farmer has to have faith to plant the seeds.
C'est comme le fermier. Il a la foi en sa semence. Il ne sait pas s'il va pleuvoir ou pas. Mais il sait il ne sait pas s'il va récolter.
It's the same thing as an entrepreneur goes through.
C'est la même chose que les entrepreneurs vont.
So you need to be able to invest upfront.
Tu dois être capable d'investir
before you see the results
bien
later.
Avant de voir les résultats.
And you don't know how long that will take.
Et tu ne sais pas quel est le temps que ça prendra.
And that is usually very frustrating.
Ça c'est très frustrant.
So don't go for entrepreneurship for short term.
Ne pars pas en entrepreneuriat pour quelque chose de court.
You have to have a bit of a long range thinking.
Tu dois penser à long terme.
So that you don't get frustrated.
Pour que tu ne sois pas frustré.
Yeah, because it can take a number of months before
ça peut prendre plusieurs mois.
You see anything.
Avant de voir les résultats.
You need resilience.
Tu dois être résiliente.
You have to be very good with people.
Tu dois être très bien avec les gens.
All those things I listed. Learning.
Tu dois apprendre.
You learn from your mistakes
because I also made mistakes. Erreurs.
Yeah? Yeah? Yes, you learn from your failures.
Tu dois apprendre de tes erreurs.
Be flexible to shift course quickly.
Sois flexible de changer de direction.
Me and my husband have started a number of businesses before.
Moi et mon mari on a commencé certaines affaires.
They failed.
Certaines ont échoué.
They failed.
Ils ont échoué complètement.
Huh? We had to close them.
On doit fermer.
Yeah. We had to close. So be willing to shift and you don't take it as a failure, but take it as a learning opportunity.
Ne considère pas ça comme un échec, mais une opportunité d'apprendre.
So those businesses we didn't work, but we learned from them.
Ces affaires que nous avons fait, ça n'a pas marché, mais on a appris.
We did lose the money.
On a perdu l'argent.
Because you have imported things, you can't sell them, now you just give them away.
On a importé des choses, on ne pouvait pas vendre et on est obligé de donner.
I'm a firm believer that no experience is wasted.
Je crois qu'il n'y a aucune expérience qui est perdue.
That is ever wasted. Even a negative experience.
Même une expérience négative.
Will teach you something.
Ça va t'apprendre quelque chose.
That's what I believe.
C'est ce que je crois.
Even in our upbringing, we went through tough times in our growing up, whatever it is. God does not waste those opportunities.
Dieu ne perd pas ses opportunités.
Sometimes he uses those opportunities to be a learning for the next person.
C'est peut-être que c'est une opportunité pour apprendre à la personne suivante.
So like I know there are people who have gone through very stressful youthful life.
Il y a beaucoup de gens qui sont partis pour des difficultés.
But now they can be good counselors to the youths who are coming. Isn't it?
Ils peuvent devenir des bons conseillers. Il n'y a pas de perte.
Like you've gone through a situation where you've chosen a career because of a parent.
Tu as choisi une situation de carrière.
That experience will be useful for somebody else coming after
Tu
you.
peux utiliser cette expérience pour quelqu'un d'autre.
Okay. There's so much more, but
il y a beaucoup de choses. Okay.
Asante. First of all, ningependa kumshukuru mama because ni kitu imenifungua. Sorry pastor, ni kitu imenifungua sana kwa mambo nilikuwa nawaza tangu zamani. Nikizani wakati mimi nilikuwa na hiyo ndoto ya community development, na hata kama nimegua hivyo wazazi wamenisukuma sana kwa hiyo kitu juu I was meditating against the poverty. So nikasoma, nilimaliza school za kwetu, nilisomea community development. Sasa sisi ni watu tunatakiwa sana kudevelop watu wanakama ushago, kuwapush wakuwe kama nao watu wanajitegemea themselves. So kunafikia vipindi tunafanya hiyo kazi, kama nimekuja hapa sijafanya hiyo kazi yangu. Sasa najiuliza tunafanya hiyo kitu, hiyo action. Sasa nyuma inabidi government, inabidi inupatie support kwa hiyo kitu mnafanya. Sasa sometimes mnakuta government hainusaidii na kitu. Sasa tunajiuliza hii nafasi ni nafasi sasa ya government, inabidi kitie msaada. Itatoka wapi? Ourselves hatuna, for example, hatuna hiyo pesa ya kufanya kila kitu na community, kwa sababu goal zetu ni kusaidia community wajitegemee wenyewe, wasitegemee watu wa nje. Sasa tunajiuliza itatokaje hiyo msaada wapi? Sisi tunabidi tujipige kwa hiyo kidogo tuko nao ili tusaidie wale watu, ama itakuwaje? Hiyo ni kitu ya kwanza. Kitu ya pili umeongelea juu ya technology. Sasa ningependa kujua unasema namna gisi time zitakuja, utakuta kama technology zinabeba kila kitu. Unabeba hiyo kitu yako na mix na technology. Sasa kwa upande wetu hii tutafanyaje ili technology wakati itakuja tukute na sisi tuko kwa position nzuri, tusi waste hiyo kitu, tusipoteze mbali. Inabidi kene tushike na sisi tuendeleshe katika hizi domain zetu. Sasa ningependelea kujua position gani tutabeba na in which part kuima technology zote umesimulia, nini itatusaidia na sisi kutupushi mbele ili magoli zetu zote zikuwe kwa pamoja. This is what I would like us to know. So ndio ningependa nipate more information juu hata hapa niko limited, sijue nitaanzaje kitu yangu.
That's a big question.
Yeah, a big question.
Yeah. I don't know if I can distribute.
Just summarize next time.
Yeah. Jo. Kwa ufupi ni hiyo, tupate mwangazo mkubwa sana kwa ajili hiyo mambo. Hata hapa niko limited, sijui nitaanzaje. Taendaje ushago? Yeah.
Unajua? Let me try and answer. You're trying to solve all the problem. It's not possible to solve all the problem overnight.
C'est pas possible de résoudre tous les problèmes dans une nuit.
Start slow, one step at a time.
Commence une étape par le temps.
Yeah? Start step by step.
Étape par étape.
You start the first step that you know to do.
Commence l'étape que tu connais.
Becomes clear.
Et la prochaine étape va venir claire, petit à petit.
You're seeing this big problem.
Toi, tu vois le gros problème.
You need to not be overwhelmed by it.
Tu ne dois pas être surpassé par cela.
Yeah? You need to break it down.
Tu dois diviser ce problème.
Yeah? You can't eat an elephant.
Tu ne peux pas manger un
éléphant.
You have to
start, you cut the tail.
Tu dois commencer par couper la trempe.
So what you're presented a big problem.
Tu présentes un grand problème.
You start with the first one that you can do.
Tu commences par ce que tu peux, et puis après.
You are here, you also pray.
Tu pries aussi.
That also God opened for you. What is the next step too?
Quelle est l'étape suivante?
Because sometimes the problems we have are many.
Peut-être les problèmes que nous avons.
Do this. You just see, okay, let me do this. And when you do that, the next one opens.
Quand tu fais cela, le problème suivant arrive.
Then over time, the problem is getting solved step by.
Et avec le temps, le problème se résout étape par étape.
I'm not an expert in the community.
Je ne suis pas un expert dans les communautés.
So I may not be the right person to give
Je ne suis pas la bonne personne.
But it might require that you start thinking
Tu dois
who are the
commencer.
people who you can mentor you.
Les personnes qui peuvent être ton mentor.
Yeah, or you know, there's information somewhere of what are the technologies being used in the community field.
Quelles sont les technologies? Je ne suis pas un expert.
So that's what I'm saying. There's one step you can do today. Just do it. Be faithful with the one step. Then the next step, open. Ndio hivyo. Sindio? You open one door, you enter the room, you get to the next one. That's how God works also. He doesn't give you the solution to everything at one go.
Il ne te donne pas la solution en un instant.
He gives you by step by
step. Étape by.
Sawa. Lakini pia tunaweza ongea on the side.
Okay, sawa.
Ni hivyo? I think we are good.